Hey.
Yo, what's up, folks? Welcome back to another podcast here today. Emilio's shaving, so there's your some aesthetics for you. I'm just kidding.
Some behind the scenes content right there.
Yeah, some behind the scenes stuff there. But we're back, and there's a lot of questions that you folks asked today. So let's get straight to this shit. Anime questions, of course, is what I mean. Anime. All right. So first fucking question. This is a pretty good one. Yamcha. Well, I don't know if you guys know the guy he's fighting, but Isshiki, which was one of the most recent Boruto villains in Boruto. He's strong. Mm-hmm. He's strong as fuck. So I have a pretty detailed answer. So for you folks wondering who would win, with Yamcha being like more of a joke in his universe and Isshiki being the shit in the Naruto universe, this is what my thoughts are. So here we go. So with Yamcha being fodder and somewhat of a gag character in his own respective universe, it is difficult to accurately power scale him being pedantic in my power scaling assessment. I'd say Yamcha is our bare minimum somewhere in the range of star level to solar system level based off his feats against Cell Juniors, where he didn't beat them, but he was kind of competitive, I'd say. And I would estimate that Cell Juniors are around 40% of Perfect Cell based off their feats against Vegeta and Trunks, where they basically stalemated them. So that's Yamcha's power scaling assessment. Now, when it comes to Isshiki, he's at bare minimum large planet level, considering he's blatantly superior to Kage, who had the eternal true-seeking orb feat in the War Arc. So lowballing him, he's somewhere in the range of large planet level plus, meaning in my estimation, if we're lowballing Isshiki, he wouldn't beat Yamcha. Yamcha would beat him. Now, if we're highballing him, things change quite a bit. So if you use a more contentious highball, you could argue Isshiki is solar system level if you accept the interpretation of Kaguya's eternal true-seeking orb damage potential as one that could have consumed a solar system, with the prerequisite for the interpretation being that you believe the realm she was in when she was fighting Naruto and Sasuke was the side of her solar system. So hence, in this interpretation, Isshiki would beat Yamcha, because at this point he'd be relative to Cell, if you accept that interpretation. So it really depends on your interpretation of Isshiki. I mean, some people think he's large planet level. He wouldn't beat Yamcha if he is. But if you think he's solar system, then yeah, he's fucking Yamcha up. Again, it's all based on your interpretation. But yeah, that's my take on. That's definitely my own take on it.
Have put some input on that.
Yeah, Isshiki versus.
So, Mitsuki's the guy from Naruto with the big ass horn.
Yeah, the Isshiki. Yeah.
Fights Naruto at that new stage.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know too much about him and his power though. I do know more about Yamcha's.
Hi, my name is Janae.
Oh, shit.
Or by the little Cell Juniors, he wasn't really prepared to win against those Cell Juniors.
Yeah.
The day they were just playing. I don't think the one thing is planet destruction level. Or I do not think he always like I don't think he could fuck up the planet. That is okay, if you want to when he fought the type level, I don't think he was able.
I think your thing's cutting off.
Cutting out a little bit.
Yeah. I think maybe if you move your mic, it won't cut off.
Hear me?
Oh, that's better. I think it's better. Yeah.
But when he ended up, well, these were more fillers though. Though he was probably, I think that's where he ended, and I think he either went down from there or stayed at that level because he's not a martial artist anymore.
Yeah.
He's a baseball player.
Yeah, he's chilling. He's retired.
So he was trained. The last time he was probably at his most powerful was when he was trained under King Kai. So I don't know where that really leaves him. I don't think he really got much stronger, but in the fillers, he ends up fighting the Ginyu Force and beats some of them out. He actually wins against whoever he's fighting against. Yeah. So, and the Ginyu Force are supposed to be planet destruction level. So it just really determines on where you put Shaz, if a planet or not. If it really did win against if it counts or whatever against fighting the Ginyu Force, then supposedly he probably might be stronger than the other dude. But
yeah.
I know I feel like he has higher in speed, but power, I don't know.
Yeah, because Isshiki, the thing with the Sutsuki is Kaguya's eternal truth-seeking orb feat. Like, apparently the realm is anywhere from large planet level all the way up to solar system. If some people like believe it's a solar system, so depending on the size, fucking Isshiki could be anywhere from large planet level all the way up to solar system. I tend to believe it's not solar system. I think that's a stretch, but I think he's somewhere in between. I would say he's probably like star level if I had to choose what level. So he would lose to Yamcha in that case. He'd probably lose to Yamcha because Yamcha was able to compete with fucking Cell Juniors. Kinda. Yeah, not really, but kinda. Enough, yeah. And
well,
so
the Cell Juniors, they didn't really use power. They just used martial arts.
Yeah. So Yamcha is probably star level too, because I would say the Cell Juniors, they're not as strong as Cell. Cell like admitted he's solar system level, and I believe him. I don't know why he'd lie about that. And so the Cell Juniors are probably like, they could probably destroy like several planets. Let's say, maybe not a whole solar system. They're probably like 40 to 50% of Cell himself. So I would say, yeah.
So they are stronger than Yamcha. Like Yamcha.
Yeah, they are stronger. Yeah, they definitely are stronger. They beat his.
Don't find and kill him right away because they were literally playing with him.
Yeah, they're literally playing with him. So I would say most likely Yamcha would win unless you believe the interpretation that Isshiki's fucking solar system, which is kind of a stretch. I don't think most people don't agree with that interpretation of fucking.
What?
I would say Yamcha would probably be too powerful. I think he's probably too, like, his raw power would be too much for Isshiki. Isshiki does have hacks. He has like hack abilities. He can do like molecular sized fucking like rods that get into your body. But then again, we don't know how it would affect someone from a different universe with a different physiology. Like fucking, we don't know how it would affect ki. We know it affects chakra, but ki is a whole have different properties. The Super Saiyans in general, these characters in Dragon Ball in general are tougher, physiologically speaking. They're just tougher, stronger, faster on average compared to Naruto, where they can like, they're more fragile, I guess you could say. So I would say, I know Yamcha's like a gag character, like fodder and like trash now, but I mean, compared to the Naruto universe, he could beat a lot of people though, for sure. Isshiki,
Are we talking like version of him?
Yeah, like the strongest version we can think of. Yeah, of Yamcha.
Games around there.
Yeah, kind of there. And the thing is, the fact that Isshiki is even like, we have to debate it. It just shows how strong the Dragon Ball universe is. Like Goku, I mean, Goku fucking fodderizes the whole fucking universe easily of Naruto-verse, but like Yamcha's a joke, and we're still debating about it. Like that just fucking shows how fucking strong Dragon Ball is now. Like way stronger. But yeah, that's our take on it. I mean,
what was the topic, if you don't mind me asking? I'm sorry.
The topic was Yamcha versus Isshiki.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty interesting.
Isshiki should slap.
I don't know. There's like one thing about Yamcha where like Piccolo says that you have to be as strong as a Super Saiyan before they fought Jiro. And I think that's probably like the end of Yamcha's scaling.
Yeah, because he retires.
Definitely not as strong as a Super Saiyan, but like
if you go to Dragon Ball Super,
whole Naruto universe in general.
I know he did something in Dragon Ball Super recently.
Yeah, if Dragon Ball Super you go to, there's a statement for like Goku where he like considers Yamcha for the Tournament of Power.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah,
that's something substantial. Because if he's considering someone for that, they'd have to be a certain level.
And he also recently defeated Moro's patrolmen, which are considered like the ultimate criminals in the universe. So I guess he defeated a couple of them. So that's also significant.
Hey, other Jay, go on mute though, because he's streaming, bro.
I know.
But yeah, John, what do you think? I know you don't know a lot about Isshiki, but do you think who would win, Yamcha or Isshiki?
Well, I know, like they said, like about Yamcha's like ceiling.
Yeah.
So I never really thought much of him. Yamcha.
It's hard. Yeah, to scale him is kind of hard.
Yeah.
He's getting the ass beat all the time and shit. Yeah.
I'd probably go with. I don't know. It's tough for me.
Already at his limit.
Yeah.
He ain't stronger after that. They're not planning on making him stronger, and if he does, well, it's not gonna really be much of a difference.
Yeah. So that's that one. Next topic. This was an interesting one, but.
Powerful characters are getting stronger time. Eventually they might hit like solar system like era or whatever, you know?
Yeah. So the next topic we got EMS Madara, so the one that fought Hashirama in the Valley of the End versus Healthy Alive Prime Nagato. Who do you guys think would win that?
What was the question again?
So it was EMS Madara, the one that fought Hashirama when they were alive, versus healthy alive Prime Nagato. Who do you think would win that shit?
I say Madara. I honestly.
Madara, like
Madara, yeah.
like Madara, like back in the day, Madara.
Yeah, the one that fought Hashirama. Yeah.
Ooh.
Versus
Prime Madara, bro.
Versus Prime.
No question.
Yeah.
Prime Nagato.
Yeah, this.
Prime Nagato?
Fuck, I don't know. Because
Yeah,
the Renegade is.
Maybe I could change your mind. I could change your mind pretty quickly with this. Look, so this is my thoughts. I believe this particular matchup isn't very contentious at all in assessing and could be quickly settled this way. So think about it this way. Nagato, when within the Akatsuki, always gave the nod, so to speak, with it clearly narratively implied that he respected Obito, who he thought was Madara, which was not, obviously. From this, we can easily imply that Obito was his superior the entire time, and even a full power Nagato, when he was in the Rain Village, still kind of feared Obito and respected his ability. I mean, he's literally taking orders from Obito in the fucking Rain Village. Like, he's talking to him in the Rain Village, in his domain also. So, I would argue healthy Prime Nagato... Wait, where was I? I would argue healthy Prime Nagato is basically equal. Also... Okay, I gotta start over. I would also argue that healthy Prime Nagato is basically equal to the 6 passive pain in the Rain Village when they are most powerful. You could argue maybe he's a little stronger. I wouldn't say he's much stronger. People like to contend that and say, well, he's weaker now because he's sick. Well, not really. His abilities have just been transferred to the passive pain, and if he wanted to, just like Obito, he could put all the abilities in one pain. I don't see why that would be a problem, but. Maybe Nagato is a little stronger than the passive pain, but it's to me it's like statistically insignificant, so it really doesn't matter. So that's why I had to bring that up, because I'm talking about passive pain right now. But keep this in mind too now. So Obito clearly feared the real Madara, as indicated by his explicit expression when Sage Kabuto. Remember when he showed him Edo Madara? Obito was like shitting his pants in fear.
Oh yeah.
And Nagato respects Obito. So from this, you can easily transitively imply Madara is blatantly superior to Nagato. So if Nagato respects Obito, takes orders from him, and Obito's shitting his pants looking at Madara, then it only makes sense to say, okay, Nagato's not beating Madara. I mean, that's the narrative argument. If you want to be power scaling based, I mean, it's pretty easy. Madara's fucking fighting KCM2 Naruto easily. Nagato lost to Itachi as an Edo. Like, as simple as that. So, I mean... I understand where it's coming from, because healthy alive Nagato, there's some mystery behind him, because we really don't get to see what he can do. But I would say what he can do is not much different than the 6 passive pain, to be honest. It's not much different at all. I think it's more of a lore thing. They're falling for the lore of Nagato. So that's I think Madara probably beats Nagato, for sure. Madara's a whole different tier. I mean, it's implied. Like him, Hashirama, they're a whole different tier of fucking character. So...
They're gods, bro.
Yeah, they're basically gods, yeah. Like, Nagato he isn't even beating some of the other Kage. He probably would have beat Minato, to be honest with you. He's not beating Minato either. And Minato's not beating Madara, so...
I would go with Madara on it, too, just because I feel like he's more better in the combat part of the battle.
I mean, what would Nagato do against the fucking full-body Susanoo? Would his Chubaku Tensei even work? Like, what if Madara uses his fucking sword slash? What if it's so powerful that it just fucking breaks the center of it? I mean, that's not hard to fathom either. I don't know. I feel like he wouldn't have shit, to be honest.
I feel like that would be a tough fight, though.
I feel like the greatest, the most substantial threat that Nagato would present is probably like soul stealing. But then again, I think he has inferior reaction times anyways. He wouldn't be able to even catch him. Because Madara is fucking keeping up with KCM2 Naruto. Nagato, when he fought Naruto, was kind of competing with Sage Naruto. He was fatigued, I'll give you that, but yeah. That's my take on that. It's just narratively it holds anyway. But I see where it comes from, because of the lore behind Nagato, so... But Madara's a whole different...
And the Rinnegan, too.
And the Rinnegan.
The lore of the Rinnegan.
Yeah.
It's pretty powerful within itself, too.
Yeah. Just keep in mind the fucking Rinnegan was Madara's. He gave it to Nagato too, so
yeah. Oh, that's right.
It's his. Yeah, it's his. But that's a good one. But next up, this one's kind of hard. Konohamaru from Boruto, not the kid one, but the one in Boruto versus Deidara. Who do you guys think would win that?
Who's Deidara again?
Deidara is the one with the clay bombs.
The clay bombs.
Yeah, the one that fought Gaara at the very beginning. Yeah.
Life is an explosion. That guy.
He's-
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, art is.
He's like, life is art.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Remember what you're talking about.
So who do you think would win? Konohamaru from Boruto or Deidara? That's a hard one, man.
Konohamaru.
What do you got?
Fuck, that's hard. Well,
Honestly,
he did, as a kid, he did fuck up one of the pains, but I don't know that should be consideration because, like,
Facts.
I mean, it was more like a
I
guard,
yeah.
and he used the, so like, it's just gonna have to be the same way. He's gonna have to try to catch him off guard with her Sengun.
Alright, what did it do?
I
I take that back. I do think it's gonna become whatever.
Konohamaru.
You know how when Naruto fucked him up?
yeah.
Yeah.
I think
You know,
I think I can settle this pretty. I think I have a pretty good argument for who wins. So this is the most objective.
For me, I don't believe in Deidara that much because.
Maybe I can end it this way. So this is the best argument that I could formulate. So this matchup is a somewhat difficult one to gauge, considering Konohamaru has very few power scaling establishing feats to go off of. But this is one of the most memorable feats. His success against a full curse mark awakened Jugo in Boruto. You guys remember that episode? So the only thing we can assume is Jugo has not gotten any stronger since Shippuden, since it's not narratively implied that he's the type to train and hone his skills anyway. Hence, at best, we can say that he is somewhat relative to Heavy Sasuke. And for sake of simplicity, let's just say Konohamaru is relative but inferior to Jugo, since he never actually defeated Jugo. He hit him with a good Rasengan, but he did regenerate. And that fight never really ended. He kind of just left with like kind of this fucking end, like happily never after fucking ending where he just walks off with the geese or whatever when he saves the geese. So they never really beat him. They kind of, I guess Boruto kind of talk no jutsu'd him, so to speak. Like he kind of talked, was like, oh, you could be whoever you want to be, Jugo. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, dude. You never really beat him though. Konohamaru never beat him either. He was competitive. That's why I say at best he's relative to he's relative to Jugo, but he's not superior to Jugo. He couldn't defeat Jugo. And from what we can all remember, Heavy Sasuke, so I gotta talk about Heavy Sasuke now, beat Konohamaru down. He fucking tamed the beast. That guy was his bitch immediately. Keep that in mind. Like, he put his ass in place. He thought he was a new Kiyohamaru. Like he was his new master, basically. And basically, so from that, now I gotta talk about Deidara. It is safe to say he's as close to equal to Heavy Sasuke as we've ever seen, considering Sasuke was milliseconds away. I'd say milliseconds from dying, along with fucking Deidara when he used C0. So it's as simple as that. Deidara is relative to Heavy Sasuke. Konohamaru is inferior to Jugo, who's inferior to Heavy Sasuke. Hence, he's inferior to Deidara. He would lose to Deidara, based off the feats. The only feats that we have. I mean, Konohamaru's older. He's the shit now, but there's no feats for him. I can't really say he'd beat fucking Deidara when he couldn't beat Jugo, and Jugo is inferior to Sasuke as a fucking kid, Heavy Sasuke. So it's as simple as that. I mean, we can imply that Konohamaru is stronger now and all that, but again, he lost to Jugo. I mean, he couldn't beat Jugo. So
I don't
Wait,
know if like using.
I haven't been here this entire time. I just heard you're on like line of scaling or whatnot. Yeah, but that doesn't. Deidara doesn't really have many speed feats himself, so you could still kind of make an argument that Konohamaru is faster than Deidara, like fairly easily.
I think just the heavy Sasuke and the Jugo encounter compared to the Konohamaru Jugo encounter, that's enough to decide who would win in most scenarios.
I think
In most scenarios.
Yeah.
I think that Jugo.
You can never
more than likely-
you can never definitively say who would win every time. That's not possible unless it's like not a contentious debate. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
I have like some Jugo shit like in the war arc that implies he might have got stronger. But like besides that, that bomb like deadass pretty much killed Deidara.
Yeah,
So,
it
like,
did.
I don't think that you would have to like somehow scale, because I don't think the explosive velocity of the explosion scales to like Deidara's speed. You wouldn't say that, right?
His speed? No, it wouldn't scale to his speed. No.
Yeah. So like I don't think that like you might be able to like somewhat make it relative, but like as far as speed, I think that is probably going to be a problem. Because he was like in the stratosphere and shit, dropping bombs on Sasuke, trying to stay out of his attack radius.
Yeah, I mean, Deidara in general is a long range opponent anyway. Konohamaru's speed, I mean, His power scaling assessment's tough, but the best thing we got is him fighting Jugo and him not defeating him. So I mean,
there's this one Jugo thing, and then I'm just gonna go on. Try not to interrupt you guys again.
Alright.
There's this one thing where like Jugo speed blitzes the same Toby in the War Arc that had the ghetto statue to like grab Karin away from being one-shotted. So it would be implied that Jugo is bare minimum at least faster than what he was when him and Sasuke were kind of relative.
That's fair, yeah. But I think those kind of feats, right? Like like the ones that aren't really consistent, I wouldn't revere too much. But I mean, yeah, if you want to be pedantic enough, you could use that feat.
Yeah, I'm just giving arguments, you know.
Yeah, that's a decent argument. But I would just counter and say there's these inconsistent feats that don't really establish and allow us to safely say someone is on a certain level. Like there's just things that happen.
Why do you believe that's inconsistent?
I mean, what other speed feats does he have that suggest that he's at that level?
I mean, that wouldn't make it inconsistent.
I mean, it's inconsistent when it happens once, so.
That's not what inconsistency. What do you mean by inconsistent?
Inconsistent means it's not consistent enough to like safely say that's the case. Like
Okay,
KCM
so,
Naruto has very consistent feats showing what he is, how fast he is.
Wait, so alright, in your opinion, alright, let's say I have a hypothetical character who is in a manga that is 100 chapters long. You
Right.
see this person fight 10 times, and only one of those times let's say he beats someone who's at the speed of light in one of those fights, and he showed a feat that was faster than them. At every other fight, he was fighting people who were hypersonic, but he was destroying them, right? Do you
Right.
believe that you can say this person is the speed of light?
I think it really depends on context. Like, is the person on guard? Is the person off guard? Is this that all depends.
He just outright blitz the person who was speed of light.
I mean, this goes down semantics, and I feel like we should probably just move on, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's only really a semantical argument because you bounce around saying the word inconsistency, but don't really.
That definitely plays a factor.
Inconsistency.
That plays a factor when establishing someone's power scaling, for sure.
Inconsistent. Okay, but let's say a person has one feat that puts them at universal, right?
I mean, we can be nitpicky, but in power scaling assessment, people usually look at the most consistent trends when establishing it. I mean, you can go off one, yeah.
Okay,
for
yeah,
a character.
but it's not. Okay, all right. What you were saying is consistent. Is if a person has a lot of feats that portray.
It's easier to apply.
Same tier. Yeah, but that even if I use that kind of logic, and I do employ that logic all the time, right? You still can't say someone who performs a feat at a certain level once and never performs any other feat ever, right, is not a specific tier. That's fallacious.
I mean, I wouldn't consider that wouldn't be fallacious, because in a fantasy-based reality, authors sometimes will give someone a nod when they're in reality they're not at that level, just for narrative purposes too. So you got to keep that in mind.
Okay, yeah.
We don't. It's not the real world.
Why would we? But why would we, or why are you assuming that is the case with Jugo?
Because he's not a very important character, and Kishimoto didn't want her to die, so give her the nod, let him take her away from Toby. Simple as that.
Okay. No, even in that case, why would that make that feat invalid?
I just said why.
Tell you something real quick, bro.
What?
That didn't actually happen.
It didn't happen.
It didn't happen, bro. I got the manga.
No, that doesn't really matter to me. I'm just.
Oh, it didn't happen? I didn't know. Yeah, I was just assuming it did.
Yeah, that's
Miles,
why.
I'm not even
we
the
talked
person.
about this, bro. If you have a problem with this, we can debate it later, but don't bring it up in here.
All right, yeah, but all right, look, it doesn't matter what I'm talking about right now. It doesn't really matter whether it happened or not. I'm just attacking the line of logic.
I mean, you don't have to accept it, but that's the reality of how power scaling assessment works.
No, that's simply okay, and it's not. This is not a power scaling topic that we're talking.
It most definitely is. It most definitely
This
is.
is simple logic, right? No,
Logic is involved in power scaling assessment. You don't have to accept reality, dude. But we're gonna move on, all right?
All right, that's not an argument.
We're gonna move on, brother. We're gonna move on, dude.
Please.
I'm about to mute you. It's up to you. Just accept reality.
Okay, dude. Accept reality.
Yeah, the reality of how it usually works. There's a lot of gray area in power scaling, buddy. It's not black and white.
Okay, bro. Okay.
All right, moving on. So, where'd John go? Oh, he's right there.
He's connected. Is he there? Oh.
There's Johnny. All right, so.
I had to read an email real quick for my COVID test.
All right.
Did you get results?
No, not yet. I just had to do some creating an account real quick.
Oh.
Sorry about that.
All right, moving on. Next up, it's another cross-versal matchup. I don't know what you guys think on this, but Raditz versus Madara. Who do you think wins that one?
Raditz versus Madara?
Yeah, that's a tough one, man.
That's a really fucking tough.
It depends who's faster.
No, wait. Do you actually think that's tough? That's not tough at all.
Why not?
Madara.
Go on, Madara.
Is it like Deidara?
Yeah, probably Madara.
Like three-eyed
No,
Deidara?
100% not Madara.
Yeah, the strongest Madara. Just assume that one.
Alright, then
Wait,
probably
which one?
Madara.
Wait, which one?
The strongest one. Yeah, the strongest version versus Raditz.
Yeah, Madara. Yeah, Madara.
Probably
Wait,
Madara.
Wait, I actually want to ask. Do you guys think he scales higher, or do you think he has better hacks?
Better. I think hacks. Probably hacks. Hacks is definitely a factor.
Yeah, he would just use hacks.
I think he scales better.
I think he's like.
You could argue he scales better. You could.
I think he scales higher.
No, he most certainly does not scale higher. Come on.
You could argue that.
Come on, bro.
You gotta be like
Come on,
compounds that
bro.
can destroy a planet.
You could argue that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You could what? And you think Raditz is just planetary?
Mm,
Rad,
Just base planet?
as a Cyberman. And that kills you.
But
Yeah.
what Dragon Ball confines worlds to be? Yes, he is only planetary.
Only planet. You don't think okay? So you think Raditz is about the same, or like a little stronger than Master Roshi from what, like 50 chapters earlier? No, 100 chapters earlier.
He was stronger than Master Roshi. But I don't.
Okay. Well,
Oh,
Master
yeah.
Roshi destroyed the moon, which is a small planetary feat. Raditz is bare minimum large planet. Bare minimum.
No, because planet is considered to be 5,000, bro. There's like a verbatim fucking.
yeah, that's correct.
What?
That's correct.
Planetary.
Planets
Okay,
in Dragon
wait. Hold on. Okay, the tier planetary, right, is inclusive as Moon Plus. Moon Plus is small planetary. Piccolo, who has a power level way below Raditz, at this point he probably has less than 900, because Goku with a Kamehameha, right? He had like 300 and something against Raditz. That Goku had 300 and something. And Piccolo, who has less than that Goku, because they really did not train over that time skip between the end of the 23rd Budokai and the start of Z, he vaporized the moon, which is a planetary feat.
Yeah, but there's also some speed inconsistencies as well.
Okay,
Wait,
no,
I
but
don't-
the statement that you're referencing, that is what data book is that from?
So are we gonna sit here and
Oh,
act
wait,
like you
wait,
don't know about the statement that says 5?
Okay, no, I know about the statement, but I
Why are
want
you
you to
asking
tell me
me
what
for
data book it's from. Okay, all right, look, my point is, right, there's long been a lot of inconsistencies in the data books once it comes to power scaling. At first, we heard there were statements that power scaling is linear, that the like power system like Scouters and what, that it was linear. So let's say someone who has a power level of 5 is half as strong as someone who has a power level of 10. There was a statement, right, that we used to believe was valid.
Actually,
that power scaling-
the moon is not a planet. It's not classified as a planet. It's more classified as a satellite planet because it doesn't have the sufficient size to have other things orbit it. So actually, it's not.
He's talking about the
No,
technology
I'm
of
not. I'm
vaporization.
talking about like the tier, like the amount of joules, the amount of
Moon level and small planet level are different. Small.
Oh no! All right, look. I didn't say moon level and planet level are the same. I said that
Even small
Moon
planet level is
Plus-
different.
No,
No,
moon
no,
plus is equal to
Okay, what he's
small
saying is that
planetary.
he's vaporizing the moon.
Yeah, and Raditz is above that, so he'd be around small planet level, which is above moon level.
Vaporizing the moon. Vaporizing the moon is a planet level feat. Is a small planet level feat.
I mean, the moon is not considered a planet though.
Because
No. In terms of the amount of joules it takes to destroy or vaporize the moon. That is equal to the amount of joules it would take to vaporize or destroy a small planet.
I guess it depends on interpretation of a planet.
Because
No. Let's take the average. Let's take the average size of a
All
planet.
right, this is not important though right now, dude. We got a podcast we're doing, so it's kind of irrelevant to me, to be honest.
Bro, I'm gonna go back and talk to my girlfriend, bro. This is a clown show. This is actually a clown show, bro.
I mean, you're in our show, so who's the clown?
Oh my god.
Feel free to leave, pal. Talk shit again? No, I'll just meet you, buddy. It's up to you. So you can throw out homonyms, but you'll be out of here quickly.
Wait, who's talking to me, bro? Leave me alone, dude. What the fuck?
Leave then, pal. Get the fuck out of here.
Is that whipping Narde?
You're in our show, but you're calling it a clown show. So who's the clown? You're the bigger clown then, aren't you?
I love this.
Damn, bro, you did great living up to that.
Someone's gotta go.
Bro.
So are you done with the little odd homonyms, buddy, or do I gotta punish you? Do I gotta punish you, or are you done?
Holy.
Are you done, or do I gotta punish you, pal?
I'm not talking.
Okay, mute yourself, pal. Then mute yourself.
What's all this profanity?
Just keep it that way, buddy, or I'll have to punish you. So it's up to you.
Oh my god, I'm so high, bro.
I don't know what's happening.
I really don't know.
You can disagree, but you're not gonna tolerate disrespect, buddy. So it's up to you. You're not that important. All right, so moving on. Orange Mask Obito versus Healthy Prime Nagato. What do you guys think about that one?
Nagato slam.
Oh, this is my house.
So hard.
Is it-
Nagato slam so hard.
This is a good one. What do you guys think?
What was the question?
It's orange.
It's healthy. Okay, so it's Orange Mask me versus healthy Nagato.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Essentially what happens is Nagato is above KCM1 Naruto. That's like pretty standard, considering old Nagato that couldn't move his legs was still fighting against KCM1.
It's a good argument.
Yeah, and then when you go to Obito, there's nothing to put him above KCM1. He like
I feel like my money would be on Obito for that.
He's stated weaker than Bin. And he's also stated to not get stronger since a yellow mask because of an injury that Minato gave him.
I would argue
Minato,
I would argue that statement. I mean, it's kind of.
It's a statement made by Obito. It's a statement made by Obito. He states it himself.
He states that pain is stronger than him, or Nagato.
The pain statement is made by Kishimoto. It's made by in the manga panel. It's made by Kishimoto.
It kind of contradicts that statement by making Obito superior. So it's contentious.
That's
my question is, what would make them fight in the first place?
It's hypothetical. So let's just say Orange Mask Obito versus Healthy Prime Nagato.
Orange Mask Obito.
I'll give my take after y'all are done.
What's his name that Prime Nagato beats the shit out of? It's that guy with the mask who could spit out poison.
Oh, Hanzo? We're talking about him?
Hanzo, yeah, that's
Starlander Hanzo.
that's his name, right?
Yeah, Hanzo. He bitched all of the Sannin into giving them the name the Sannin.
When they were younger.
He beat them up so badly, he gave them the Sannin.
I mean, I don't think that guy scales to Obito or Nagato, to be honest.
Yeah. There's like Edo Hanzo. I think there's an Edo thing for him where he like does some like KCM level things, but there's just consistency at that point. But
there's a data book statement that says that KCM1 Naruto is faster than Minato as well. So
yeah, and there's also a Kakashi statement. There's also a Kakashi statement that states that Naruto is stronger than Minato when he's training with him.
Yeah, I think it really depends on. I mean, I think there's a debate to be made for both sides, but
you just mean all it comes down to is like Orange Mask being like the same strength as Yellow Mask.
Oh well, you could.
I just want to ask this question in favor of Obito. Wouldn't he just straight up win if he casted Izanami on Nagato, like he did with Conan?
But then you'd have to like you'd have to go against the Genjutsu resistance that Renegon gives you, Because
Wait, I'm sorry. When did Obito cast Izanami?
he's able to.
No, but he said against Conan. He never used Izanami against Conan.
Oh, he's on about Kamui, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, Kamui. Kamui.
We also forgot about Kamui. But that's like an argument, the Kamui thing. But like the Izanami thing, the Rinnegan resistance to Genjutsu is very high. Like Sasuke states that the only thing that can resist a Rinnegan Genjutsu is the Rinnegan. So you'd have to say that the resistance is above like Mangekyo or things.
Yeah, I would say there's definitely a narrative argument for Obito, but there's definitely power scaling aspects for Nagato. If you take his KCM1, what he did against KCM1 Naruto, how he actually basically outsped him blatantly.
And he also took
and Killer B.
He also took a full power.
Keep in mind, we're talking about healthy Nagato.
Yeah.
He took an Eight Tails version 2 lariat from B, and did not take any damage, and then absorbed all his power.
And this B, and then not this B, this Pain is
That
fatigued, and he still scales over him.
Yeah.
So
for me, yeah, I'm inclined to believe. I mean, it really depends on how much you want to revere the narrative with Obito giving orders to Pain for so long. I don't know, or you want to revere this, revere Edo.
I think that's just down to like him thinking he's Madara. It's just like an authority thing.
It's more of like he's a master, kind of like Black Zetsu in that case. Like how he like we had the reveal of his voice that one time in the forest. Like he's pretending to be a really stupid, like dumbass, like Toby, like his really wacky personality or whatever. But he's actually a mastermind and controlling everybody. Oh, but you could also just simply argue that that's more of him being mentally and like more intelligent and like fucking mentally superior to Nagato, and not necessarily meaning he's stronger narratively. But I mean, there is.
I would also argue that Nagato just like has Obito beat like by stamina.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, stamina for sure.
No, 100%.
Definitely the more stamina.
He can also absorb like Obito's power if he touches him.
Right,
So that
As a child, wait. As a child, he has more stamina than like Orange Mask Obito because he's able as a child to handle 2 Rinnegan no problem.
Yo guys, I want to hear what Jay has to say, and then we can move on. I don't want to stay on it too long.
All right, yeah. I guess I'll give my take on this. So I actually think the speed factor is more contentious than you guys think. I would say you could make an argument Obito is able to compete with a Prime Minato as a teenager. I would say by the time he's an adult, he's definitely more capable and physically more capable as well, indicating it's a possibility that he's even faster than Minato. You can make that argument. And from that, I would say if we're comparing speeds between Nagato and Obito, it's definitely contentious because, again, Nagato has that feat he had against KCM1 Naruto. But I would even go this far, and this is even more contentious, but I know he had a Rinnegan when this happened, but he was able to compete with KCM1 Naruto, Kakashi, and Guy. Now the question is, do you think Rinnegan does it improve your speed? That's something that's based on interpretation. If you don't think it does, then we can imply that even with Orange Mask he's that speed anyway. Which from there you can imply he would actually outspeed Nagato since he outsped it faster, more capable KCM and KCM2 Naruto as well. So it's definitely more contentious than people think. I think that plus the narrative argument where I mean you could say he's an authority figure, but I think Pain having the Rinnegan, I think he has the ability to kind of imply how strong someone is. If he really didn't think Madara was this shit, he wouldn't be taking orders from him. It definitely implied that he knows that he's the superior. I mean, there's definitely a social shinobi hierarchy, and it's more than just, oh, he's a master. It's more than just that. It's your ability. It's what you're capable of. So that plus the speed, I would say you can make an argument that Obito does beat Nagato. So that would be my argument. But it's contentious. Either way, it's contentious though. It's definitely contentious. What do you guys think, John?
Something, but you guys go ahead.
I personally, I wish I knew more. I wish I knew more about power scaling than you guys do. So when you guys talk about it, it's a lot better for me because you guys know more about it than I do.
I mean, it's contentious anyway. We can get into.
Respectable.
We can get.
I mean, guys, all men are pretty powerful.
Guys use in a sentence, and I didn't understand each of those words.
I just wanted to add to the Obito point. Basically, when he was a teenager, he was keeping up with Minato. Now take that Obito and give him an extra, like, potentially 10 years worth of training.
Exactly.
He's gone way faster.
That's my point. That's my point.
No, it stated that he gets weaker because Minato like fucked him up with his
Maybe
Rasengan.
physically in terms of like strength, but that doesn't mean his speed could be reduced by that much.
Then the war
I mean,
Obito
that's what it's implied though. That's
I mean,
what's implied.
It's difficult to fathom the fact that a Renegon would lower your speed for a decade. From a Rasengan. I think that's not very logical to conclude.
Obito states it. It's like a statement from him. It's like when you get your legs broken by someone. If you can't heal your legs, you're not gonna get like any faster. You know what I mean?
I mean, from that logic, we would have to imply that anyone that gets injured is weaker from now on. I think that's not very.
Anyone who gets permanently injured, yeah, sure. But that's
it's not that he's permanently like slower or weaker than he was against Minato. And first off, even against Minato, that entire fight he just got mollywopped.
I wouldn't say mollywopped. I don't think mollywopp's the right word. It was competitive. He lost, but it was definitely competitive.
Okay, the only time throughout the entire interaction that Obito reacted to Minato, you could see they were signaling towards. At that time, it was still narrative implied the Sharingan could see into the future. Right, there was like a big narrative implication that he could only keep up with Minato because he was seeing into the future. And even with that sort of like app, right, he still got like blitzed and one-shotted from a Rasengan. So there was they were basically trying to bury the hatchet of this dude is not in Minato's tier. He's not on Minato's level. So I don't think there's like a level of relativity.
I believe there is. I think that's.
Then with the Sharingan, he would be able to react to someone that is as fast as Minato or whatnot, but not for very long, because you can see literally right after he reacts to Minato's attack, that's completely blitzed.
That's your interpretation, but there's definitely another valid interpretation, which is it was competitive. Yeah, he was slower, not by much. Minato gave the nod to him, saying this is going to come down to who hits first, indicating he respects his speed, indicating the relative, and it's obviously implied with time. As time goes on, Shinobi improve. I don't think the Rasengan hitting him in the back is going to lower speed. I don't think that's a thing that.
No, he states he does. It's like I don't know why he states he does.
Especially if he gets more chakra as he gets older, he can just amp himself further.
Maybe you just
But if Obito himself says that after that fight that he was basically crippled from, right, he was not able to train or get stronger until when he got his Renegon, and then he had the massive amp to the point where he was above like KCM1 Naruto easily, right? That there's nothing wrong with accepting that if he himself states it.
It depends how much you want to revere certain statements. If you want to revere that statement, that's fine.
Yeah, but you have to revere the statement. Like Obito states it himself. You should know his body better than anyone.
Yeah, but then it depends on interpretation, though. Like I doubt it negated his speed for a decade.
What other interpretation is there?
There's certain interpretations to how much degree do you want to say he was weakened? Is he a lot slower? Is he a lot weaker? It all depends on interpretation.
He says it's not like a past tense thing where he's talking about I was crippled. He says that I am weaker, and we know that weaker within like Naruto is usually in terms of who would win in a fight. When we talk about who's stronger than other people, we like talk about like speed and strength and stuff. And when Naruto
it's even consistent that he was getting a little weaker, or he was not as strong, or maybe he wasn't getting stronger because he was afraid of Itachi. He did not want any smoke with it. He literally said that if he actually dealt with Itachi directly, that he would have gotten thrashed. Right? He said that he was avoiding direct conflict with Itachi because
he respects him. He respects him.
Itachi was an asset that possibly knew his identity and could have exposed him to the world. Even if he lied and said it was Madara Uchiha, then he could just then that would just that would just mess up all of his plans.
Chidori, let's move on now.
Yeah, you gotta accept the fact that there's different interpretations to statements. It's as simple as that. So it's not one interpretation is not the end all be all.
Some interpretations are better though.
I mean, that's where the debates come into play. The best debate wins.
What's the next one you have?
All right.
Jay, I'm dipping, bro. This is
I mean, I don't really care, pal. Like, you can go.
I'm not even talking. Why is this? Why are you talking, bro?
You expect me to like you when you're an asshole, bro?
I expect you to like. I don't care.
Then get the fuck out of here, bro. You did disrespect the whole show, bro. Just shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. Yeah, you were, bro. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
What is this nigga, bro? Stop talking to me, bro. What the fuck?
Shut the fuck up. Alright, let's continue. That fucking clown is annoying me. You're in my show, buddy. I have the control here, not you.
Damn, bro. Yo, Jade is great living up to the name. God damn.
Let's get this. What I don't like, dude, is like we can disagree, bro, but we can't have these bitch ass like little whiners that don't, just because we don't agree, they're gonna throw like ad hominems and then expect me to like them after. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. That pussy shit out of here. All right, next up.
Anyways.
Yeah, let's move on. The fucking clown's finally out of here. I should have kicked.
Sunglasses fit. You should definitely keep this on when you're talking shit to people.
All right. Fucking clown. All right, let's move on.
Listen, bro. There's a term that we have for these type of people, and we call them rats.
Yeah, he's definitely a fucking rat, bro. All right, let's move on. He's irrelevant. All right, so healthy alive Itachi versus orange mask Obito. What do you guys think about?
Itachi slams.
What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, I give it to healthy Itachi. I mean, there's so much he can do when he's in his prime, dude.
I think Itachi just genjutsus him.
I mean,
yeah,
you can use
Obito
that.
also has a Mangekyo, and Itachi I'm pretty sure it's even said that the only way you can counter Tsukiyomi is with another Mangekyo Sharingan. Unless you're Sasuke.
He says a Mangekyo and a Kekkei Genkai. That's what he says.
This is
and he also puts Kakashi in a genjutsu.
Well,
Kakashi could not get out of it.
Wasn't Kakashi weaker than him? And he only had a base Sharingan?
Yeah, he had a base Sharingan.
He had Renegans since he had Mangekyo since he was like teen.
Yeah, whenever Obito got a Mangekyo, whenever Obito got his Mangekyo, Kakashi got it at the same time.
Well, Kakashi didn't know he had it until Shippuden.
Yeah. It happened at what's called.
I would say this on the Mangekyo Sharingan.
In my opinion, just from what I've seen up until that point, Orange and Obito has been more impressive than Kakashi up until that point.
Wait, are you sure that discoveries that he had?
Itachi. Sorry, stupid.
Itachi let him out of the Tsukiyomi. He also let Sasuke out, so you can't even use the Sasuke argument.
I'll say this on the Mangekyo Sharingan. It's contentious if that's the case. I mean, I know Itachi said that, but then again, when he did it to Sasuke, you can argue he let Sasuke out of it. I don't know. Obito.
Didn't Sasuke train his Sharingan to the point to where he can?
Yeah, the point is it's contentious.
Wasn't that the point of his Sharingan training?
You have to remember that there's how Tsukiyomi works. Like, it happens in like literal a picosecond.
That's true.
So he can make you have like a million years of pain in like a picosecond. Yeah.
I guess you gotta. It comes down to who literally has the quicker physical synapses, who can react first. Healthy Prime Itachi, and Obito. That's a tough one, but Healthy Prime Itachi, the best you can imply for him, based off what we do know, is he was able to react to KCM1 Naruto and Killer Bee. He was able to outreact Nagato, obviously, when he saved KCM Naruto and fucking Killer Bee, and he was able to seal Nagato again, outreacting him again. And then on the other hand, we got Orange Mask Obito, who as a kid outperformed Minato, or as a teenager. And I know some of you say, "Oh, he's injured," but I honestly don't agree with that. I know he said that, but I wouldn't revere that statement too much. I would say he's definitely more capable.
Are you doing like devil's advocate right now?
Why do you not revere that statement?
Yeah, I'll also say this. Didn't Obito control the Three Tails Jinchuriki for like years and nobody batted an eye about it?
That's impressive too, as far as Genjutsu is concerned. It's another impressive feat.
With a base Sharingan, by the way.
Yeah.
With a basic Sharingan.
I mean, yeah, but that just comes down to like how the tailed beast and the Jinchurikis get out of the Genjutsu. The way they get out of the Genjutsu is because the tailed beast is considered a separate entity. Like they have their own chakra system and stuff. They
can't wait out if they don't even know the host is under a Genjutsu in the first place.
Yeah,
that's how Isui's Kodomatsu Kami works.
Yeah, that's the thing. If they don't know the host is under a Genjutsu, you can't wake him up.
My argument
his base Sharingan Genjutsu is like Kodomatsu Kami level. It's insane.
I don't think it's Kodomatsu Kami level. I think he has the same properties, just not the same level.
Regardless, he has like the same finesse with it.
Yeah.
I think all these topics, the common trend with all these debates that makes this difficult is they're all contentious. It really depends on interpretation. None of these topics are really ones that have a I would say definite answer. There's definitely like contentious factors that come into the equation when you're like formulating an answer. So this one as well, I think
these are base questions, by the way.
Yeah, those are good questions. Those are good questions.
Hey Jay, why don't you review the Obito statement? Why don't you review the Obito statement? I just got a problem with that.
I think I wouldn't revere it because, to me, now I'm going onto the outside world. I know it's headcanon, but I wouldn't see why Kishimoto would make Obito purposely weaker as an adult compared to when he was a kid. That just contradicts what he's trying to do, narratively speaking, to me. That's headcanon, but I think that's a valid conclusion.
It's probably because like Obito then is like insanely strong to the cast that they have when Obito is like flying around and doing shit.
Right.
When Obito's like terrorizing them and stuff, he's still strong compared to them, right? But they didn't want to make him too strong because then he'd just solo everyone, and then there'd be no show. Because he was like Minato level, and Minato's like Hashirama level.
That's fair. That's a fair argument, but he didn't really get to business until the war arc when people were on his level anyway. So I mean,
that's what it was. When he got to business, when he had the Rinnegan, that's when he turned shit up. That's where he got like way stronger.
We can talk about that, but then we can talk about narrative purpose. Like Kishimoto, Obito was way stronger than everybody, but he's not gonna have the story end right away where he's Kamui's everyone's ass right away. If we use that kind of logic, then everyone should be weaker because they don't go all out right away. I think that's not the best course of action when deciding. That doesn't necessarily. And that doesn't necessarily indicate that he is slower just because he doesn't go all out immediately in Kamui Naruto. That doesn't really imply that as well.
That's the reason I say he shouldn't have gotten stronger, because.
No, I'm going to say the opposite. I'm saying he has gotten stronger. He just doesn't go out and show it until the war arc when he needs to.
Yeah, but
at the end of the
along with the
I feel like Obito was just hiding all of his cards.
At the end of the day, Kishimoto has to give a good story. We can't just have fucking Obito Kamui everybody.
And to be fair, Obito does use Kamui. You just can't use it the same way as Kakashi. He's not able to. Because each Sharingan on an Uchiha are different. They have similar abilities, but they work differently.
That's why.
He has to be like within like full arm. He has to be within. He has to be like within like a full arm distance.
He can literally just snipe people's heads off with Kamui.
Yeah, he can't just snipe people because he's just like. Too OP.
Basically,
I mean, he can, but like.
Basically, the argument is he is stronger. He just doesn't show it, and just because he doesn't go out right away doesn't necessarily mean that he's weaker. And also, I wouldn't revere statements all the time.
I think that is kind of just your headcanon at that point. But I don't think headcanon is really valid.
Jay the Great, if you wanna do a little more headcanon though, you could be like you could say something like after Pain died, he was like, "Fuck it, I am gonna let off all my power by starting this war in like the next week."
That's a good point too. That's a good point. And the fact that he came into the 5 Kage summon like he was God amongst boys, that just implies how fucking strong he is. And he
nearly got defeated by Conan, but that's another story.
Yeah, that's true. The 6 million paper bombs.
I think he probably just thinks he's God because he has like the ultimate escape plan, which is a Kamui.
I mean, you have to have the reaction times to use the Kamui on time too. I would say he is stronger. Narratively, it's implied. I wouldn't revere one statement. I wouldn't use one statement to negate the plot. Like, I wouldn't take statements. I mean, you can pick it.
The statement doesn't negate the plot. It just says that Obito didn't get any stronger. Therefore, like, he's the same strength, which was like,
Some statements can be nitpicked, though.
Which what you're saying is like relative to Minato. So if a relative to Minato person got stronger, did he just beat the shit out of Madara anyway?
I wouldn't say he got that much stronger. Minato's not Madara's level. I'll say that first of all.
Minato definitely is.
No, he's not.
Like what?
He's most definitely not.
Yeah, Minato when he was like was stated to be stronger than Hashirama, was also the only person that Hiruzen feared of being reanimated, which we know can't be due to his ability because Toby Rama.
I don't know about that statement. I don't think I've ever seen someone say he's stronger than Hashirama.
Yeah, he was stated to be the strongest Hokage in the datebook. I think it was datebook 1 or datebook 2.
I mean, that's always contentious. It's always debated.
The strongest Hokage.
Here's in his too.
Before Hashirama was even shown.
And then like,
exactly,
and
that
then, like,
too.
Hiruzen's also stated to be stronger than like.
Again, that's also contended. That's always contended as well.
Hashirama was even in
Prime Hiruzen.
Prime Hiruzen stated to be stronger than.
The point is, when you debate these statements and these data books, shouldn't be the end all be all. You got to look into it a little deeper than just face value.
No, yeah, sometimes.
But I've seen some people say that Hiruzen has the 8 gates.
It depends on what you're looking at. I mean, like, there's stuff that obviously is definitive, and there's stuff that you got to look at the context and things like that. It's not as simple as just a statement or a data book point being end all be all.
So statements like when statement directly says something that should be face value.
That's debatable. It depends on a lot of things.
Like if it says if the statement is a character A is stronger than character,
in my opinion.
Feats and statements are equal unless contradicted. If the statement is contradicted by feat, then it's less. But apart from that, they should be taken as equal.
Well, if you take statements at face value, Itachi's is completely evil and that he's the worst human being on the planet, but it's like he shows later on that he's not. So it's like you can't pick the feat.
That's a feat. That's what he's saying.
Exactly.
But that's contradictions. But these statements don't have contradictions.
Then again, you can't contradict it with your own implications if it's never something. Just because it's never negated doesn't mean it's true. Just because it's something stated, but it's never negated by a feat doesn't mean it's not true.
And the only reason
we all know that's not true.
The only reason Toby or Obito goes around saying he's Madara, like he doesn't even tell Minato. Minato says like he's Madara because he's the only person who should have that level of strength, and then he bodies him, which already implies that he knows he's stronger.
I mean, I wouldn't imply he bodied him. I think he respected him to quite a degree. It came down to a game of inches for sure.
At the end of the fight, he bodied him.
I mean, you hit him with a Rasengan, yeah, but it was very close knit battle.
And that shit crippled his power to the same level for 10 years.
I disagree with that.
You can, but it's like a statement that's directly.
I mean, again, it's up to you how much you want to revere a statement. I disagree.
Yeah, but I review the statement heavily just because it's stated by Obito. And
that's
Obito knows his body, Obito knows his level of strength.
That's up to you.
He'd just be lying.
Yeah, there's
Why
that
would
as
he
well.
lie? He says it to Zetsu.
Just ask if the guy who lied about being Madara would lie.
He says it to Zetsu. He has no reason to lie. He like states it to Zetsu like after the scenes.
Naruto in general, it's a show with a lot of mystery, a lot of things to uncover, a lot of people lying and shit. I mean, is that a show you want to?
If you maybe had contradictions to the statement,
like
the same sense, then maybe
The fact that the whole world thought it was Madara, I think is enough.
Yeah, and you can just scale Minato above Madara.
Jay, let's move past it, bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I gotta say though, I do enjoy hearing y'all debate this though. No lie, I do enjoy hearing this debate.
Man.
It's fun. It's fun for me to hear this. I'm learning a lot.
Yeah.
This is gold right here.
All right, so
you can hit me up if you ever want to learn anything else. I'm open to help.
I mean, I'm not learning. We're debating. I'm not learning anything new.
No, I'm talking about the guy who said he's.
Oh, John. Okay, yeah.
Oh, me. Yeah.
Knowledge is fun.
J's in here. There's 2 J's in here. So
yeah.
3 J's in here. There's
Yo,
3
the
J's in
great
here.
got
I'm
kind of
also
aggro, didn't he? You got a little aggro. It's like, you're not teaching anybody.
I mean, like, not teaching me, that's for sure.
I like.
Besides that other rat boy.
I'm confused.
The other rat boy. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this real quick about these clowns that come in here. Like that one guy kicked out. You can have your
no, not clowns, rats.
Rats, yeah.
Rat. He
Rat.
wasn't like.
In the words of Batman, he's a rat.
I'm gonna say this. You can disagree and shit. That's fine. You can have your opinion, but when you start throwing ad hominems and then pretend that it never happened like a pussy, then I'm just gonna kick you out, bro. Honestly, like get the fuck.
I don't even know what the fuck a homonym is, but I know it just sounds like an insult.
Oh, an ad homonym.
Basically talking shit.
It's not when you're talking shit. It's not specifically when you talk shit. It's when you attack the person's character instead of their argument.
Yeah,
So
which is talking shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like you treated it as attacking the argument.
Like if I went to a retard, your argument's invalid, then it'd be wrong.
Yeah, bro.
Right?
Like,
If I attacked your argument,
you can attack arguments, yeah.
We're getting
if
so
I attacked your
derailed right
argument
now.
and said this gets contradicted by this, and then I called you an idiot, that wouldn't be an ad hominem because I'm attacking your argument.
That's debatable. You don't have to call someone an idiot.
It's like directly in the statement. You don't have to call someone an idiot. It's a dick move to do.
Which is ad hominem, yeah.
It's a dick move to do. It's not fallacious. It's not fallacious.
It's a PP move.
Ad hominem. To avoid ad hominem, do not attack the person personally at all. No key words that imply ad hominem in the first place. No idiot. None of that shit.
Yeah.
Because then you get your ass kicked out. That's what happens with that fucking rat.
Yeah, or get your ass kicked.
Yeah, you're gonna get roasted and you're gonna get kicked out. Like, fuck out of here with that shit.
Fucking noodles be kicking everybody out, bro.
Noodle, I just reacted to his fucking thing, dude. That guy's a fucking clown, bro. Honestly.
What you about Noodles?
I want to hear no cockazoo
Noodles is incredibly
that guy's a fucking clown, bro. I'm sorry.
He's incredibly ratty, but he's incredibly good, so you can't argue against him.
I watched that debate. I was not impressed at all.
It doesn't listen. I don't care if he's good. He's still ratting every day because all the bullshit he did and stuff.
Noodles just contradicts himself.
He's okay. He's not. I wouldn't say he's not really good. He's okay.
Yo, Jay. 6 was giving Seth fucking arguments in the background.
Oh yeah, that's what I heard. If that's the case, that's not cool. Yeah, that's not cool.
And 6 was a judge too.
Yeah, that's fucked up. If he did that.
He wasn't giving it Seth. He was giving it Swag.
To be fair, Noodles wouldn't even let him talk.
True. I watched the whole thing.
Yeah, and he didn't even get even 1 point out. I think.
I've never heard so many delusional takes in a debate, dude. That guy was fucking. That was trash, bro. Sorry.
Swag still won, even though he didn't give it any points. I think
he didn't even have to debate. He can just.
Swag got slapped around.
Nah, I disagree.
Very bad.
Disagree.
Very bad.
Kakazu was terrible. Nah, I disagree completely. But
Seth beat him. So Seth beat Noodles.
Noodles is ass, bro. He's commanding and assertive. He's assertive with his takes, but he's not good at debating.
Seth lost to Noodles, so I don't know. I don't know if you can call him trash.
Me and Noodles went against each other before. We semi-debated. He beat the shit out of me, easily. He made me concede.
Damn,
I don't concede to people.
Yeah, you can never concede.
Beat the shit out of you. Yeah, and I don't get loud mic'd over. Because I let him continue, and then I was like, oh, yeah, so this, and this. But he still beat the shit out of me argumentatively, which is incredible.
Honestly, me personally, I don't think he's very good. That debate, I was not impressed at all.
So basically, we're shotgunning you.
I beat D1. I beat D1 on Inverse Dragon Ball. To the point where he kicked me out of VC.
D1 is also a fool.
D1's garbage.
D1's a fool, but he's not garbage. He's definitely not garbage.
Alright, let's move on though. I want to hear the topic, bro.
Yeah, Seth's the best. That's all I gotta say. Alright, moving on.
Yep.
Legendary Sannin versus 5 Kage. What do you guys think about that?
That's the question I asked. This is gonna be good.
Oh, Here we go. Legendary
Just to clarify, you were for the 5 Kage, replace Tsunade with Danzo.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And Tsunade's on Team Sannin.
So legendary Sannin versus the 5 Kage with Tsunade being replaced by Danzo, obviously, because she's at the.
Or either Danzo or the third Okage.
The third, I make it worse. Yeah.
Kage is like. Kage is stated to be like Minato level in reaction speed and
that,
physical speed.
Basically, all I have to say to shut it down is get the right Kage, and then get Onuki to give him that boost that he does with when he manipulates gravity, and that's it. He fucking one-shots everybody.
That's it.
Yeah, simple as that. That one's definitive. That one, my opinion, this one's definitive, to be honest.
Or Danzo walks over.
I doubt he one-shots Tsunade.
Well, maybe not one-shot, but yeah. He'll win. Yeah,
Orochimaru has survived from a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
You know what? I actually have a contention with this.
He'll defeat them.
What's gonna happen when Sage Jiraiya just outlasts until the Mara and Pa shoot their Genjutsu song and like kill them all?
I mean, let's see if he can catch the right Kage.
Keep in mind, Orochimaru is also casting Edo Tensei in the background.
Ray Kage. Oh yeah, that I mean.
Hey, can you freaking specify which versions, bro?
Which Orochimaru are you using?
Let's just use their best versions.
Best version? Oh, that's like third. That's like third.
Hey, let's fucking remove that bullshit reanimation crap. That makes it fucking complex. There's those three. That's it.
I mean, Jay, if you're using War Arc Orochimaru, they body. I'm pretty sure they body the 5 Kage.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know if I agree.
It's tough for me to go against the 5 Kage.
If you think Edo, Hiruzen, Tobirama, and Minato scale above the 5 Kage, then yes.
Yeah, I do. I think Hiruzen on his own bodies them.
The legendary Sannin?
Well, I've literally heard someone say Mei can beat Tsunade. Like,
oh fuck! What the fuck? No, that's not true.
What is she gonna do?
It's clown shit. That's clown shit.
She said that because apparently she was able to cancel out all of Madara's fire jutsu with a water pillar.
It's fucking stupid.
I wasn't going all out.
Fine. You can just argue elemental weakness, and there you go.
Yeah.
It's literally type advantage.
I think the speed would be too much of a gap for the Sannin. That's what it comes down to.
I would say, Jay, if you use Warlock or Orochimaru and you give him his Edo summon,
that would be a problem. Yeah, that would be a problem.
Edo heroes him by himself based off of his.
With the Edo summons, I mean, obviously with the Edo summons, yeah, he's gonna win. Yeah, he's gonna win.
I think I'm not gonna lie.
Not to mention, Jiraiya also has all the Sage Toad summons.
Wait, are you talking about like Gaara as well?
Yeah, Gaara, Danzo, Mei.
Wait, Gaara slams. That's it. Essentially, Gaara slams. Gaara bodies all 3 before they can even get up an Edo summon. That is it. It just happens. Like he.
Why do you think that?
I would say Gaara takes out Jiraiya and Tsunade. Orochimaru is more contentious.
He's a problem.
Because if you take his feats against Alive Madara, like Alive Madara durability, and
my question is, what makes Gaara above like Senjutsu level? Like, can he be like a Sage mode user?
Sure. I'll tell you exactly why. So he gets.
Jiraiya isn't piercing.
He grabs Madara, right? Puts him in a sand coffin, and rips through his entire body. And like he has the speed to catch him, caught him, held him in place, slammed spikes through his entire body.
He just pulled him out of his Susanoo over and over.
Yeah, he literally pulled him out of his Susanoo, slammed like.
He also pierced his skin later in the war.
Yeah,
against Alive Madara.
Bro went straight through his neck, and then like 6K, like we all agree God's above like 6K Lee, right? Do we like? Do we have
for me, it's simple as this: if Orochimaru has the summonings, they're obviously gonna win, obviously because he's gonna summon the Kages. But if they don't, the speed is gonna be too much of a gap with the Ray Kage. As simple as that.
Gaara should be faster than 6K Lee, and 6K Lee speed is like
Gaara takes out Tsunade.
Honestly, I feel like the main two the Sannin will have to worry about is Inoki and Gaara. And the Raikage, of course.
Yeah, those are the main threats for sure. But yeah, that,
like, I think Raikage is like the third biggest threat.
Yeah,
like Inoki just nukes the fucking area.
You can technically argue that like
you can say the Raikage is faster than Tsunade, but I'm pretty sure they're
let's be
around
honest.
the same in power.
Let's be honest.
in power, yeah.
Nuke the area.
He's faster than Tsunade, but he's not faster than Gaara. That's not true. He's faster than, he's slower than KCM1.
And this is them fighting together, correct?
Yeah.
I mean, if we revere the,
keep in mind, the Sannin have way better synergy as a
I mean,
team than Kage.
Yeah, if you want to revere those kind of statements, then we would have to say fucking Rock Lee is fucking Mike Guy level when he threw that fucking kunai in front of him. Like I don't want to revere those kind of fucking feats though. To be honest.
No, he told him before that. The reason he was able to do that is because before that he told Mike Guy to slow down. So Mike Guy was slowed.
I mean, okay.
So yeah, he's just that's the only reason that works.
And then Minato got.
Yeah. But Minato did do a full turn before Madara's attack hit him. And teleported away.
It all depends on what you want to revere, yeah. I usually when I choose feats, if it's consistent with the show, I usually pick them. I mean, you can nitpick what you want to choose, what you want to revere, statements, everything. It's all contentious at the end of the day. But
I mean, when we're discussing, then we can choose what we revere.
Yeah. So that
when people debate, you have to kind of disprove it, and that's where it gets hard.
That's where it gets hard. But for this, I'll just say this: Legendary Sannin win if War Orochimaru has access to those Kage that he had in the war. Obviously, they're going to win.
Yep.
If he doesn't, I'd say the speed gap would be too great for the Sannin, and I think they would get beat down. Even Orochimaru would get maybe not killed, but defeated eventually. They'd beat him down eventually. As far as stage mode, I think the Raikage is so fast he would slap the fucking toads off before they even get to fucking Jiraiya.
Yeah, but then you have to talk about whether he gets past Tsunade.
Tsunade is a problem, yeah, but I think the Kage would strategize. Danzo having fucking 20 lives would be a problem as well.
Oh yeah.
So all that.
Danzo just goes hit me, and then they try and hit him, and he slaps him.
Yeah, so
it's you can't do anything.
There'll just be so much stuff going on in the battle, not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's a lot of shit. So all these debates, not debates, but topics were all fairly contentious. There's definitely different interpretations. And I'm not the type to solidify my stance on things. I'm pretty open-minded, but I mean, if I'm debating, I'm not going to be open-minded. But if I'm just talking, pretty open-minded. There's definitely different sides of the coin.
Yeah.
But yeah. So next up, these are my.
If you're debating, you can provide truth and stuff.
Yeah, if I'm debating, I'm not backing down on shit. But yeah, there's no debates here.
Wait, how good do you think you are? Who do you think the best person you could be?
The best person I could be? That's a good question. I'm not beating Seth. I'll admit it. I'm not beating Seth, bro.
Oh, no one's beating.
I'm not sure what talking about in the Discord.
I don't know. There's this one guy that Jeff said that he couldn't beat, but that's a.
I saw his shit, his list. He said this kid named Jordy was the best he ever debated, and he has a fucking degree in philosophy. I'm like, shit, dude, that makes sense.
Yeah. If he's got a degree in philosophy,
he could be 6.
6? It depends on what. I think I could beat him in some things, not all things. He's pretty good.
I want to see Jay versus Noodle. That'd be funny.
I'd beat that ass down, bro.
No
problem. No problem.
You're living up to the name.
Kakuzu versus Pain, no threat. I would shit on that kid, bro.
So, would you be
willing to debate Noodles?
I would. I'd fuck.
I can get him to debate.
But then again, I'm gonna say this though. I fuck with 6 and Swag and all of them, so I don't know if they will fuck with me if I'm debating that clown. So I don't know. I'd have to think about
it. Yeah, but I'm trying. But 6 annoys me when we talk about Bleach. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I think they would be amused.
They'd be amused, but
yeah, bro.
If anyone in this call thinks they can beat Noodles and actually wants to debate them, I can actually set it up.
If he wasn't a clown like a rat, I would. If he was a cool dude, but he's not. So.
If he's right,
I beat him. I'll definitely beat him though.
I feel like
Yo,
if
Jay
you
versus
would
Lose.
noodles, you would generally lose brain cells.
Jay, that's some clout, bro. We
It's as
need
simple
that.
as
I mean, it's clout, but then again,
from the server.
Six and Swag are gonna see that shit.
Noodles is incredibly good though. Like Noodles got.
Listen, bro, if you're able to beat Noodles, you get respect in their eyes. We talking about?
That's true.
Right. So.
It's a double-edged sword.
They still talk to Noodles.
Bro, dude, you'd be called the Ramen Slayer. You know how prestigious that title is?
There's two sides of the double-edged sword. There's one side where if when I beat him it'd be cool, but the other side, Six and Swag are gonna be like, oh, this guy fucks with this dude. Fuck this guy. I'm like, nah.
No.
Like if you whoop his ass, like you make it apparent that like you don't like this dude. Yeah, you're fine.
If you whoop his ass, they'll like that. They'll like him getting beat up because he gets off his high horse.
That's true. I wish Seth would have done it.
If you get banned, listen, look. A badge of honor is getting banned from Noodle server. There you go.
Never been recorded.
Seth, I feel like should have beat him down, man. But
wait, didn't Batman get banned from the server?
Oh,
Mr. Batman. Oh my god, I hate Mr. Batman. He's worse. He's worse than Noodles. He's worse than all of them. I hate him so much. He can't answer the question.
How bad is Mr. Batman? I've never heard of him.
I'll tell you exactly.
No, Batman's fine.
Batman's a chill dude. I ain't gonna lie.
Can't answer questions at all. Right?
Tommy.
He went I asked him like,
You got some beef again?
I was like, what do you say to a guy who says that God doesn't exist? And he's like, they know he exists and stuff like this. And so, well, if you don't have them, and he's like, oh yeah. So if you don't have the knowledge to answer these questions, then God must exist. I was like, why does lack of knowledge mean that God exists?
That's different. Anyway, that's a wormhole right there.
No, that is sad.
He tripping, bro. He tripping.
With Noodles though, I'd have to think about that shit, man. That guy's a rat, but
although that is philosophy. That's like his belief though. But like, what about like his power skill, like the anime and shit like that?
Oh shit, yeah, that's a fucking wormhole, man.
I have a good question for y'all. Who's the worst debater y'all have ever? Who's the worst person y'all have ever debated?
Oh shit, worst debater?
I'm just cousin.
The worst one you've ever like seen debate somebody.
Bruh.
Darby. It would have to be Darby.
I remember seeing this guy in.
Wait, everyone, one at a time.
Yeah, one at a time. There's some loud ass noise.
One at a time.
Sun Ill is the one making that.
Who's making that loud ass shit?
Sun Ill.
Oh no, some fucking smirk.
Let me mute this guy.
Someone mute him.
I got it.
Can't tell which one it is.
There you go. I don't know the fuck that is, but I mute him.
Dude called Sunil.
Can we establish something first? Is it worse in terms of like they're incredibly bad, or is it worse in terms of you hate the way they debate?
No, I'd have to choose who's the worst, like who's bad. The worst I've ever. Oh shit. Okay.
You know what? Jay, just call it the name. Go through a list. Just go through a list of people here.
The list?
Just like god awful.
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay, I'm gonna sit.
There's not many people here.
Okay.
Here or like overall?
Not just here, like ever.
I want to ask Jay something.
The worst I've ever debated. Okay, I'm sorry, dude. I hope you're not watching, but Wildcat's the worst I've ever debated, man. It's the worst. I've debated a lot of people. Either him or this chick I debated on. I debated this chick on like this gender thing. I shat on her too. She was awful, but.
Wait,
oh my god!
It's not, I never recorded it.
Did you record that?
I recorded it, but I watched it back and I was gonna. My ass would be canceled, bro. If I would have posted that shit, I would be canceled now. We did, bro. We debated our men and women equal in the dating world, and she was ass, bro. I shat on her like so easily.
Did she say they were equal?
They say that she said they were equal. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? This is easy.
What the fuck? No.
And
dating world. It's not even close. What? All due respect to women, it's not even close.
I'm not even gonna debate this because my ass will be canceled, bro. I'm not debating. I'm not giving my take.
Like even a shy woman has a better chance of like in a dating world.
Yeah, I can't even give my take. I'm gonna be canceled immediately for that shit.
I've never even debated.
I can give my take. I don't care if I'm canceled.
Like Jay, the worst person I debated, it was like I'm not sure if you've seen this, but like in one of Seth, I think it was like in one of Seth's or Six's videos and from the past, there was this the guy named Itachi.
Oh God.
It was like
oh my God, I know.
Itachi's the
That
worst.
man.
Trying to tell me that pain is town level.
Jesus.
Pain is town level?
That dude is ass, bro.
It's delusional take. I would say.
Bro, was so bad, bro. His argument was giving me AIDS, bro. It was bad.
The worst I've ever debated. There's this guy called he's called Nexus Sannin.
I
debated him. So ass.
I can't like really disclose who I debated. They're all like people I know, but I'll just give you in the YouTube world who I think are the best. So Seth's number one, obviously. Number two, there's not really a lot of debaters out there now. A lot of them are retired.
Number two is Nairobi.
The ones that I'm familiar with.
Noodles went
Spencer is a really good debater too, in my opinion.
Noodles went high diff with Seth, and then Nairobi consistently just goes into tournaments that Noodles is in just to beat him up, and then leaves. Like he beats the shit out of him.
Yeah, I feel. Yeah.
Noodles consistently goes, yeah, Nairobi's better than me.
So like he's like the top ramen slayer.
Like yes, he like beats the shit out of him consistently.
I respect that.
Meet this man. I would like to shake his hand.
I respect that.
Yeah.
Shit.
As far as Noodles, I'd have to think about that, bro. Debating his ass.
You have to make him a badge of honor.
Yeah, bro.
All right. Okay. So.
I don't know Noodles like that, but
He's a rat, bro.
I think you'd beat him.
I'd beat him down, bro. No question.
Okay. So the worst debater I've ever debated, his name is Darby. Jay, I don't know if you know about this meme that's been going on in your server. Jay, you checking your server regularly, right? Like you nurture your server, you take care of it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I know you have heard this one meme argument where one guy goes, "The solar system is infinite."
What the fuck?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That's
for you.
That's the guy's name.
That's delusional ass shit.
I've heard a worse statement, right? So I was explaining platonic concepts to someone, right?
Oh God.
And they said,
"Oh my God."
And they said, right? He said, all right. So if I buy a pizza, if I buy a pizza, is that the concept of a $10 bill?
Oh my God.
Some dumbass shit.
What?
That's not even right. This is
all right. Well, I guess my topics now. John, where'd you go?
Oh, sorry, I'm right here. Sorry.
All right. And Thomas and Emilio. What the fuck?
Right here.
Okay. All right. So these are my topics. These are more not debate-based topics. But do you guys think that Madara might have been right with his philosophy within the Shinobi world? What do you guys think?
Hell yes.
Yeah.
Hell yes.
Yes,
Okay.
but the way he went about it.
Yes,
though.
yeah, the way he went about it wasn't that great.
Yeah, he should have took the Naruto route.
Basically, he wanted to just force a false reality upon everyone with the infinite tsunami.
I liked his idea. He just fucked it up, you know. He just failed.
I don't think the infinite Tsunami was weird of a premise. Like, how did he think of it, or how did he actually, truly figure this out?
Yeah,
it's better than
He didn't think of it long term.
basically.
Playing God, bro.
Yeah,
that comes down to like a philosophical thing.
There's a duality of two different philosophies. Madara's was he thinks that the only way to achieve true peace, perfect peace, I guess you could say, is taking away free will, taking their free will away, and then Hashirama's was more so achieving peace and kind of believing in he believed there was an inherent good in everybody, so that was his philosophy. He thinks no one has the right to take away your free will and your right to choose and make choices. It really came down to that duality. But the reason why some people think Madara's right is because there's still conflict even to this day. Like Naruto, yeah, he won the day in the war arc, but even now there's fucking conflict everywhere with these fucking Otsutsuki fucking everything up.
Yeah.
And the fucking
fucking Kara.
Fucking Kara.
Imagine if Madara's plan had have succeeded, and then just Jigen comes along.
God,
Jigen's still on Earth.
Hey, he's gonna be like, oh shit, I gotta wake up Naruto.
Wait. Speaking about that, there's this funny ass video.
Than they are in Boruto.
Yeah, but there's this funny ass video of like if Madara fought Jigen and like he brings up like Edo Tensei.
Oh yeah,
and
I remember that.
There's like this fight back nigga meme.
Yeah, basically, the real question is, do you think it's morally righteous to take away someone's free will for the greater good? And what is the greater good? You ask yourself that too. Like, is the greater good where no one has their own free subconscious or free will, and they're like living in their fake reality? Do you think that's morally righteous, or do you think people should just...
What's your take?
My take on this... my take would be, I think inherently there is good in everybody, but in an intangible reality, it's inevitable that there's going to be a cycle of hate and peace. It's inevitable, but I think that shouldn't be the reason why no one should have a choice to choose what they want to become. So I think Madara definitely had a god complex, and the reason why he failed. I think taking away free will is definitely unethical. Even in the real world, I mean, just look at the real world. Well, again, we don't live in Naruto, but there's no such thing as an infinite Tsukuyomi. Yeah, in the real world,
But there is North Korea.
there's no infinite Tsukuyomi.
We do imprison people, so like that is taking away somebody's free will.
Yeah, and
To a certain extent, taking away free will is moral.
I think I think holding people accountable is not the same as taking away someone's free will. Like having law and order does not take away their free will. They could still go kill somebody or fucking rob something, but they're held accountable for that action. Taking away free will would be fucking tying them down. They literally can't do shit, like taking away their choice to choose. But then again, Madara was gonna put these people in an infinite Tsukuyomi dream where everything goes well. So I guess that's why some people thought he was right. He wasn't just tying them down and keeping them locked up. So it really depends.
In a way, he was going to take them hostage, in a way.
Yeah.
Basically.
It's against their will. Yeah, it's against their will.
Yo, mine's a universal feat, by the way.
There's like sometimes where taking away free will is fine, right? Like let's say like someone's on like drugs, someone's on heroin, right? And you put them in a room, you lock them there so they get like they get clean.
Right. Yeah.
That's probably morally right because then they're not killing themselves.
Different concept too, you know, like.
Yeah, I would say that's a different concept because that's more on that's
drugs.
Yeah, and that's on
That's more like they can't control their own free will. They just fuck.
And that. Yeah,
like that's free will of letting themselves get fucked over.
Yeah, that's a different concept because that's a different concept because that's on an individual level. That's not on a global level.
I'm also a firm believer
That's fixing the person. Madara is trying to fix the world.
I'm also like a strong believer in like there are no like good and bad drugs. There's only good and bad drugs for you. So
that's true.
No, that's bad drugs.
I mean, yeah, I love crack.
Heroin? Do you think heroin's good? Like what?
Hey, bro, listen. I got this this Taco Bell that I like to frequent. All right.
Oh my God!
And they have a manager there. All right. And that manager, every time that he's in there, he's high off of something. But when he's there, all of my shit is made correctly. So there's good and bad drugs for everybody.
Okay, look.
Yeah, but like, what is he high on?
Like drugs that inhere.
All right, you're talking about drugs here. Let me speak up. All right.
Oh fuck! We're going down this wormhole.
Wait, why did this man sound like Aeroplane for a second?
We're going down this wormhole now.
Speak for a second. Turns out to be Aeroplane.
Help you when it comes to certain situations. But at the end of the day, it's still killing your brain cells or whatever the fuck it's hurting.
Yeah, you're getting fucking out of your mind on fucking gooms every fucking day.
I mean, yeah.
But if somebody has to take medication to not stab someone, even though they're losing brain cells, you would still consider that to be morally correct, right?
Well, that's different.
Yeah, it prevents the problem.
That's all I'm saying is that there's a gray area there for it, and I just feel like there's no good and bad drugs. There's just drugs for you.
A drug is a drug, regardless, no matter what.
What does heroin help? Who does heroin help? Who does heroin help?
Me.
Please.
Yeah, that's good. But
Hey, if you,
someone else's
I really can't go into like.
Didn't help Amy Winehouse.
Hey, maybe it's just a way to thin the weak. How about that?
Hey, how about this? Let's all do a line of coke and see how we all feel.
You know what?
I have. It's not good.
I will actually die.
Listen. I'll say this: it is not good for you.
Let's see who gets addicted.
You just need to be in the right scenario for cocaine to be fine. It's fine.
Party. It's only party mode.
Cocaine.
Unless you're hungover.
Hey, man, you missed out. We're talking about coke now.
I guess you could technically say that the infinite Tsukuyomi was a drug in a way. It's like an eternal drug where you're stuck in this like fucking perfect state.
With your mind.
Everything's going good for you. Like take drugs to make yourself feel good. Tsukuyomi, you're in a dream where everything goes well for you.
And it really comes down to also how important
You know, like
it really comes down to.
Their goal was to make the entire planet high.
Oh god, I just fucked that one, didn't I? Holy shit.
Yeah, it really comes down to also how important do you think our current intangible reality is? Do you think it's the end all be all realities, or do you think if we had the option to change reality, would that be an optimal plan like Madara? Madara is definitely a nihilist.
To be honest, we could just be in a book and we wouldn't even know.
It's true.
Hey, there's definitely implications that there's afterlife in Naruto though.
All the time,
Sure. Oh yeah, there's definitely an afterlife with fucking. It's definitely implied, but.
Yeah. Kakashi, no, it's like directly stated. Kakashi sat next to him.
Next to his dad, yeah.
We'll never know.
Yeah, like he met his dad, he got his shit back together, and now he's like not nerfed anymore.
That's true.
Why he's still throwing the paint on.
His dad amped him.
Still throwing the paint on.
His dad amped him for sure. No, I don't know, but yeah, that's pretty cool.
Have you seen what he does in the war? There's no other explanation.
Yeah, there's no other explanation for sure.
He had a mental nerf all this time.
Yeah,
it's the only thing that makes sense.
It's all mental in Naruto, but yeah, that.
Yeah. When you really think about the show in general, it's all mental.
Yeah, it's like fucking Naruto's like, I could do it, and he does it, and when he can't do it, when he thinks he can't. It's like simple as that. But
I think Naruto should just start shouting, I want
to be Naruto literally fought an entire war for over 24 hours straight.
Yeah, he's a fucking beast.
Bro fought for 3 days. He fought for 3 days. And that is crazy.
Balling.
Yeah, he's a beast, but
stand for 3 days. I'm done.
My conclusion to that would be Kishimoto. I think he purposely had that duality of philosophies, like the double-edged sword, to have us kind of think about that, like what's morally righteous and what's not. I mean, at the end of the day, we can imply his conclusion was Hashirama's was right. He think we should have free will, the right to choose and shit. But I think he did a good enough job with Madara to where some people actually believe that his philosophy was the right one, because the reason why he's so popular. I mean, it's not like one guy was blatantly right, one guy was blatantly wrong. It's kind of like definitely gray area between that. It's not the type of bad guy, good guy where one guy is like a piece of shit trying to kill everyone, one guy's trying to save everyone. It was a lot more complex than that. Like
actually, when
two different ideas.
Yeah, they had like valid. They both had logically valid ideas on how to make the world a better place, but it's not. It wasn't. Yeah.
More fucked up, but it was cool.
I think that's why Kishimoto wrote such a good story, because the villain isn't just some piece of shit that we don't like.
Like, you know what? Hirosha, I can't even fucking say their name. And Madara did like fucked up on. They didn't even ask. They could have gave like everyone a vote. Like, do you want to have free will, or do you want to live a fucked up life that's not really yours?
Yeah, I guess they both had a fuck.
Nah, bro, they had segregation back then, dude. They weren't even communicating with each other.
Yeah.
Because they're a different fucking clan and hairstyle like that.
They're also aliens, I guess.
Yeah, there's aliens around. But
any other topics, man?
Next up, this is more about the current state of Naruto, but will Naruto die soon? The last chapter, he's there now, Sage Mode against Code, but the question is, he's gonna die soon? How long is he gonna last? What do you guys think he's gonna die soon? Oh, I know John.
I don't care. I don't care as long as it's done.
Yeah.
Look. I don't care so long as it's like written well.
Yeah, it has to be written well. I think the passing of the torch already started. There's a lot of people that revere Naruto and Sasuke.
Kawaki would kill him.
Yeah, Kawaki.
Yeah, because of the first episode of Boruto, like ever.
Yeah, it kind of implies that Kawaki was the antagonist. So it kind of implied that. I would say the passing of the torch, though, definitely has started. A lot of people in the Naruto fandom, they revered Sasuke and Naruto so much that they just can't fathom the idea that they die, that they're not the head honchos anymore. Yeah, like they're not the top dogs anymore. You have to accept that now.
I wouldn't mind if they make Kawaki like surprisingly like the hero of the story.
That would be cool. I think
I wouldn't mind that.
He's pretty well written. I'd say he's pretty well written.
Because like the first episode was like misleading, but then you go through the story and you're like, wow, Kawaki's actually the hero. It's crazy.
It's kind of like the Itachi thing.
Oh yeah.
Except like he's blatant about because like he's the main character.
Yeah.
I have a little theory though on Kawaki. My theory is like that the whole point of why the scientist was trying to convince him so much to get the karma is to kind of control him or something like that, or it's like corruption. Why would he just kill Naruto because such and such?
Right.
But he cares so much about him that he sees him as a father figure. You know what I mean?
That's true. Yeah, that part of him is definitely there. He he loves him as much as fucking Boruto does, but yeah, he might even love him more to be honest. Yeah, to be honest, but the passing of the torch definitely begun. It's definitely begun. If I had to predict Naruto's power scaling now, I honestly think he won't be able to do much against Code. Maybe they'll give him a little of a nod because he's Naruto, but they're not going to have him do what he did against Isshiki. Highly doubt that. Highly doubt it.
No more plot armor, sadly.
I think the plot armor has definitely been...
wearing the flying Raijin.
Fuck
yeah, bro. Maybe no more Talk no Jutsu if it really gets fucking nerfed.
Shit, man. Oh, yeah. I think that plot armor was heavily on him. Now it's slowly being removed.
It's not even on Boruto no more. It's not even being passed down. It's terrible.
It's not passed down at all. It's like, I just hope that they go out a good way. I hope they don't bitch him, like they just die. I hope they die nobly, kind of like Kurama did. That was a good way to go out. But
he died trying to help his friend. His homie.
Yeah, I would predict. My prediction would be, I don't think Naruto dies in this exchange. I feel like what's gonna happen is gonna be a big battle with Code, where maybe he removes these. Apparently, he has limiters on him. Maybe that's when him and Sasuke both die, or something like that. That would be like a prediction for me, where they get a good send off by the writers. That would be my prediction, and then move on to yeah. Talk no Jutsu's gone. Kurama's gone. Sasuke's Renegon's gone.
I think actually you might be able to argue that like Kurama's the reason why Naruto has Talk no Jutsu in the first place. He'd be chakra that has mind control.
Yeah, that's a good point. As far as the other people like Shikamaru, Sakura, I mean, I guess they'll kind of just.
How would Sakura take that? Like the two people she cared about like the most her entire life just dead.
Maybe.
I think same way Tsunade.
I could definitely see her becoming like more of a relevant character if they ended up dying though.
Yeah,
she generally would want to do more and help defeat like the biggest threat like Code or something.
She's also quite strong too. So like,
you know what'd be really good if Orochimaru. You know what'd be really good if like Orochimaru has like this moment meets like before he dies and is like, my son, you must continue without me.
Yeah, I would say my prediction, if all those parents are still around, Naruto and Sasuke's gone, I honestly feel like they'll just maybe not completely become irrelevant, but I think they'll slowly become less and less relevant, and the writers are going to allow the new generation to kind of take over, kind of like Part 1 Naruto. They started to slowly take over the show, become the more relevant ones, until these other characters are more in the background. Like the older generation is going to be in the background, so to speak, kind of like their parents were, like Shikaku and fucking Choji's dad and shit. I think they're going to get that kind of role eventually after Naruto and Sasuke's death. Unless other people die, who knows? I don't fucking know, but those are the two main ones, obviously.
There is this one thing where I think where Naruto says that when Shino's drunk, he's the only one in the village that can handle.
You know what would be
so
cool?
Maybe Shino come out the
I
cut
always
with
wanted
some,
to see Sakura and Sasuke do
main
one time.
protagonist.
Shit, man. Yeah, Shino.
How crazy would it be as Sasuke's dying and Sakura's in the vicinity, Sasuke just gives her his last Sharingan.
Holy shit.
That would be fucking dope.
That would be crazy. Sakura?
Hey, give it to her and then be like, give it to Kakashi.
Oh, fuck.
Makes the most use of it after all.
Damn.
Well, he wanted to give Kakashi his Rinnegan after his Naruto's battle at the Valley. He wanted to give Kakashi the Rinnegan.
Yeah, because my original prediction before Jigen showed up was later on, years down the line, Sasuke would give Sarada his Rinnegan. That's what I originally thought, but
yeah, but that's definitely it's gonna be interesting what happens, but let's see.
The mods are going somewhere though.
Yeah,
maybe the fan art is correct.
My last topic for anime is, I guess, my thoughts on the video. I don't know if most of you've seen it, but what if Itachi never killed his clan? I made a video on it recently. What do you guys think?
I will watch that after this.
What do you guys think? What do you guys think will happen if he didn't kill his clan? How would this history be altered?
Well, number one, Sasuke would have a much more lighthearted childhood. That'd be number one.
Yeah.
Like Sasuke wouldn't be like the emo kid we saw in part 1.
I think a war would break out.
Yeah.
Civil War. War would break out.
Yeah, Civil War. I'm sorry.
The dad was.
Yeah, the leaf would be even more sketched out about the Uchiha clan.
I see.
Yeah. But Naruto might have a different childhood. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
It would be completely a weapon.
Yeah, he'd be. I won't give up what I said. I guess I'll let you guys watch the video. But
I feel like if Naruto were to befriend if he were to befriend anybody in the Uchiha clan, I feel like he'd be on really good terms with Shisui and grow up with him. He'd see him as like an older brother, in my opinion.
Yeah, in my video, I'll give you this. It's like I started at the point where Itachi is given the ultimatum by Danzo. Instead of deciding I'm gonna kill the clan for the sake of the leaf, his decision was instead he rationalized that he thinks the best course of action is to actually help the Uchiha because he thinks due to Hiruzen's like lack of initiation and like weak will, because he doesn't really stand up to Danzo, who's kind of shady. He instead decides like, yeah, I'm gonna help the Uchiha because I think the best optimal way for a greater good is to help the Uchiha instead. I know like either way people are gonna die, so that's what in my video that's what his rationalization was. So I think that's really realistic. I mean, Kishimoto, that would have changed a lot of things, but
I don't know. You got to keep in mind that like Sasuke and Itachi's dad, they were like, he was like okay with it.
Yeah, he was okay with it. It's true.
Wasn't Fugaku a candidate to become Hokage as well?
Yeah, he was, along with Minato and Orochimaru. Yeah, but yeah, I'll let you guys watch the video. I definitely won't spoil that shit, but all I could say is I think it would be greatly altered. People that are very valuable now would be dead. The great nations would be altered. All that shit would be different. Most likely, but yeah, that's my
one of them.
Yeah,
the one that would be most affected would probably be like Obito's plan and Madara's plan.
That's interesting.
Because they would
probably completely fall apart
with the Uchiha around.
Or since they're both like geniuses or like planning this for like decades, they would probably like try to figure out a way around it. But they'll just make
be like a game of tag, like in Death Note.
Yeah. Because I remember in one of the episodes, Itachi went to Obito. Entire clan.
Yeah.
So I feel like if Itachi didn't ask him, then I feel like Obito wouldn't do a lot of the things that he's done.
Yeah, his plan was to carry out Madara's will and do the infinite Tsukuyomi because he was brainwashed by Madara's philosophy at that point.
Yeah.
But
we'll also find some way to like get that seal off his heart. That's also another goal of his.
Yeah, that's another goal. But that's our anime topics. If you guys have another question, we'll do one more. But after this, for you combat sports fans, we're doing that next. So if you guys have one more question, we'll answer it. If not, we'll move on to some real world power scaling, which is fucking UFC and boxing. So
yeah, bro.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Who do you think had the most potential in Naruto?
Most potential. You guys want to answer that first, John?
Naruto.
Kimimaro.
Yeah, like any character. Like, who do you think had the most potential?
Probably Kimimaro, because he was like the backup plan for Hiruzen.
Yeah, he was a beast for sure. John?
Yeah, I'm gonna say Kimimaro.
Kimimaro was a threat.
Yeah.
Mila?
He was a menace.
Yeah, he's a threat for sure.
Yeah, I just say Naruto for the sake of simplicity, I guess.
Yeah, it was an easy pick.
Kakashi with no Sharingan and like no mental nerves is kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Created Purple Lightning.
Yeah.
Fucking Shiden, fucking country-sized Earth wall in the novel. What the hell?
Yeah. How about Emilio? You still there? Oh, he's not there. Thomas?
Still there.
Who do you think had the most potential out of all like characters?
Fuck, dude.
And Naruto. Yeah, that's a tough one.
I mean, besides like Naruto himself, fucking, I always thought it was like dude, I can't say fucking none of their names right now. Shikamaru.
Shikamaru's a beast. Yeah.
I thought he had
intelligent,
but
yeah, I think intelligence was good.
Stopped with him, so I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, for me, fuck, man.
Actually, no, it was Konohamaru.
Konohamaru. Yeah, I feel like they bitched him in Boruto, low key.
Yeah.
But for me, honestly, probably Rock Lee, man. He could have been the next Mike guy. Like, he's a bitch, and I'm not gonna lie. Narratively.
Yeah.
He's a bitch,
And
bro.
the design and
He looks like a bitch in fucking Boruto, but I'm not gonna lie, with that haircut, it's fucking ass, bro.
I felt so mad.
Pickle chin ass boy.
I was with him since the beginning, bro.
Just give Rock Lee a bottle of sake and let him go 8 gates.
Yeah, let him go. That's what they should have done.
The sake might prevent the effects of the F gate. You never know.
That's what they should have done, is throw him some sake and throw him the Jigen, but they didn't. It's fucked up, man.
Oh god, he would whoop Jigen's ass.
He would have beat him down. The story would have been different.
They should have been like, fuck it, Rock Lee.
Kurama still would have been around, that's for sure. But yeah, guys, that's our anime topics. If you guys are combat sports fans, stick around, man, because this is John's and my world, power scaling world. That's for fighting.
Somewhat my specialty.
Yeah. So first,
I respect it.
Yeah. First up, UFC 270. So Francis Ngannou versus Cyril Gane stakes. John, who do you think wins that? Which is next week, by the way. I'm probably gonna do a live stream to that.
That's next week.
I'm a dip. See you guys. Nice meeting you guys.
Peace.
Yeah, peace.
Good talk, y'all.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with as much as I respect Francis Ngannou's power. I'm gonna go with Gane on this one.
Yeah, Gane is like he's like the heavyweight John Jones, to be honest.
Just because he's younger, he's more of a technical John Jones, and I think he's good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, right now, I think he's got what it takes to dethrone Francis and hopefully make that heavyweight division good again.
Yeah.
But we'll see. It all depends on what he does against Francis's power. But who you got?
This is a tough one. Chael Sonnen made a good point about the little sparring session they had on recording. He was like, you don't know what was happening. Maybe Francis was fighting several people, because they have like this gauntlet where they throw a bunch of like they get each round they throw in a new guy. So maybe that's what it was. But the reality is Cyril Gane is definitely more technical than Ngannou, at least from what we've seen. He's much more like safe in his approach. Like, even when he beat Stipe, he was very reckless. Like, he got clipped too. He actually got clipped before he clipped. Yes, Gane doesn't do that. He fights much safer. So I would say,
so far,
he definitely has more power. That's easily. But Gane's a giant ass dude. I think he has pretty good power himself. I would say Cyril Gane probably takes it. And I love Ngannou, but the stakes, as far as the stakes, honestly, I think if Gane wins, Ngannou's going to leave the UFC. I think he's done. Like, he's sick of whatever is bothering him. I don't know what's bothering him, but I think it has to do with him not being appreciated, him not getting the pay. Apparently, I heard from a source, and apparently it's valid, that the Ngannou versus Jones fight didn't happen because of Ngannou. More so because of Ngannou than Jones. Like, he wanted more money, and apparently he didn't get what he wanted. And I heard that from like a UFC source. He said, like, yeah, apparently Ngannou didn't negotiate. He didn't want it, so it didn't happen. So people that say John Jones is a problem is bullshit. I mean, he probably wanted money too, but Ngannou.
I think though it's true. Jones wanted more money.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, it's very well known that he wanted more money. But now that you said that Francis wanted more.
Yeah,
money,
like he was like the bigger reason.
Understandable in that, because he is the world champion.
Makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
But when you have, you're the world champion. You get a bonus either way, right?
Yeah, the reality is he's gonna make more money than he ever has in his life fighting John. Like I don't know why he's being stingy. I mean, I guess, but like don't be too stingy. I guess we could say they both were, but apparently Nagano was the bigger, like the more reluctant one. Maybe he really does think he'll lose. Maybe that's why. I don't know, but I'll say Gon's probably gonna win. I'll say that. If he does win, unfortunately Nagano's probably gonna leave. Yeah. But that's that. Yeah, that's that. But in the co-main event, oh yeah, you can go ahead. Yeah.
But honestly, the most improvement we've seen out of Ngannou is just him throwing kicks.
Yeah.
We haven't seen how good he is with the takedown defense.
That's true.
Against Stipe, Stipe is getting older now, so we can't really say he was a good takedown defense.
Yeah, he's getting older. He's basically leveling down now. He's getting older for sure.
So most improvement that we've seen out of Francis is him throwing leg kicks and
Yeah.
being a little bit safer.
A little bit safer.
You're right, but he's been he can still be reckless, and I think Gon at some point in that fight he's gonna tire him out.
Yeah.
With his technicality, I think he's gonna tire out Francis, and I think he'll probably win by a TKO or probably by decision, depending on not what.
Yeah,
Gon does in this fight.
I honestly think someone's definitely get knocked out. I think that's almost definite. Unless Gon fights like literally like John when he fought like, I don't know, maybe like when he fought like Dominic Reyes or something, which I don't think is gonna happen because Nagano's gonna come at him. That's inevitable. So someone's gonna get hit. That's gonna happen for sure.
He's gonna come at him in the first round. I think.
Oh
pretty
yeah,
much
that's his style. Yeah, he's the type to
Yeah.
end it really early. Gon's gonna have a tough fight though. It's not fucking easy, man. He is like a motherfucking. He hits so fucking hard, so he can't really
And I
make
feel
any
like a lot
mistakes.
of people aren't putting enough respect on Gon's name.
Yeah, they're
Just
not-
because of the hype of Francis Ngannou.
Yeah, like-
that Ngannou has built around him for his power.
He has, like,
And I feel
the-
like Gon's not getting enough respect.
He's kind of on like the maybe like a Wilder kind of ride right now, or maybe like a. I don't want to say Mike Tyson. I don't know if he's that scary, but he's pretty scary. He's pretty scary, and because of that, everyone that fights him is like, they're like, oh, he's fucked. Even John Jones, there's people are like, oh, he's gonna get knocked out. I'm like, you don't know how good these guys are though. They're pretty fucking good.
Clearly, those people that say that John Jones is going to get finished.
Yeah, they haven't seen enough of
Clearly
him.
hasn't seen John Jones in his career.
Yeah, they haven't seen enough of him. And yeah, the stakes are high. I want Gon to win, but then again, I don't want Ngannou leaving. But hopefully things change. Maybe they give him a really good contract to stay. Like they offer him something really good, or
Yeah.
I don't know. But the next co-main event in that is Brandon Moreno and Figueiredo 3. So the trilogy. This is a big fight because Moreno, if he loses, I feel like the hype's gonna die down. He's one of the most hyped fighters I've seen in a long time. Like he has a lot of support behind him after the way he won that against Figueiredo in the rematch. He's loved.
Yeah.
He's like one of the most loved fighters already. He like an immediate household name. The way he won, like how nice he is, his personality, his story. Like he was fucking broke like 3 years ago, living in like barely making it, and now he's the world champ. Like
Yeah, he was cut from the UFC.
he was even cut from the UFC. He's from Mexico, like TJ Mexico. Yeah, I think he's gonna win, but Figueiredo's very good. He's very well-rounded. I just think Moreno after that second fight kind of showed he's better. He's just a little better, I think. I don't know.
Well, I believe the first fight they fought went into a draw, correct? If I'm wrong.
Yeah, I think it was a draw. I think it was a draw. Yeah. Either that or Figueiredo barely beat him. It was one of the two. It was really, really close though. For sure.
I think it was a draw.
Yeah, I think you might be right. Yeah, I think it was a draw.
I feel like Moreno's gonna win this fight too. I'm not just saying that because I like the guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I do like the guy. He's a great guy. He looks like a nice person, but he's a good fighter. He's improved a lot.
Oh yeah.
He really has.
The last 3-4 years. Yeah.
And I feel like he's gonna be able to knock Figueiredo out. Probably not submit him this time, because I feel like Figueiredo's a smart enough fighter to make sure that doesn't happen again.
Yeah, he'll definitely gonna. He's
I feel
definitely.
like-
Yeah, he'll definitely adjust.
I feel like Moreno's gonna try to finish him, or maybe not. It might go to decision.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely
It's
gonna.
tough. That's a tough fight for me because they're both really good fighters, and that fight can honestly go either way.
Yeah.
You know.
But
I'm hoping Moreno wins and pulls it out.
yeah, definitely. I want Moreno to win for sure, easily. Like I'm definitely rooting for him. But that's that one. That's the most current one. That's I believe January. I think it's 22nd. It's very soon.
I believe it is.
Yeah.
I think it is the 22nd.
But
yeah.
next big fight. This is huge. I mean, this is probably gonna be maybe the biggest fight of the year, unless McGregor fights or John fights Gon or Ngannou. But UFC 272, Masvidal versus Covington. Holy shit, man! That's that's the potential for some fireworks. Like even just a press conference.
Is that the headline?
As of now, yeah, they say that's the headline for March 5th, UFC 272. That fight, I just think Covington is the 1B to Usman. I honestly think he's gonna beat Masvidal. To be honest, he might not have the power that Usman has, but I think he's gonna just beat Masvidal down.
Yeah, the build up for this fight, it's gonna be great. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like the hype for it has kind of died down a little bit per se, maybe a lot. I'm not really sure. Just due to the fact that Usman beat those guys twice.
Beat their asses twice, yeah. That's true. There's definitely a rivalry that's gonna help. The shit talking is gonna be there.
I mean, honestly, yeah, they don't like each other. I know Masvidal doesn't like him.
Yeah, they talk shit.
Stated that he's been very clear about that he doesn't like him.
Yeah, he's been very clear about that. I would say, if I had to choose, I would say Covington's volume and I think he's more well-rounded. I think he'll just overwhelm Masvidal. Maybe not knock him out. I think he's going to overwhelm him.
His stamina is out of this world.
Yeah, he's the only guy that can keep up with Usman for 5 rounds. Like, he did it really well last time. He lost. Like, Usman's better, but he was really good. I think if it's either goes to a decision for Covington or he maybe TKOs him at the very end, like 4th, 5th round, just because he's just pressing him the whole time. Masvidal could win.
Yeah. No, don't get me wrong, he could win.
Yeah, he could win. I think the later it goes, the better for Covington. The later the fight goes.
Oh yeah. Give me 1 second.
All right. I think.
Go ahead, continue.
But yeah, I think the later it goes, the more advantage Covington has because he does not get tired at all. Yeah. But the shorter Masvidal can do it, the better for him because he's fresh. Not to say Masvidal has like cardio problems. He really doesn't. But compared to Usman and Covington, man, it's like you're just not going to beat him in that department. At least from what I've seen from Masvidal, he's not going to beat them in that department of cardio. Sure. They're like endless.
Like I said in this, like I said before, like a minute ago.
Yeah.
Masvidal's boxing, kickboxing, down defense has to be really on point.
Oh yeah.
It has to be on point because I don't think he's that good of a wrestler. I mean, is he not with the American top team?
Masvidal? I think he. Yeah. I think so. Yeah, I think he is.
But he's more of a boxer and kickboxer.
Oh yeah.
Guy.
Yeah, he definitely is.
But on point for this fight, especially a guy like Covington.
He's gonna try for a takedown for sure.
Go for a takedown. It's just, I mean, that's just how it is.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's just can you stop it?
Masvidal's not a wrestler, so he's gonna try to go for the takedown. I mean, that's martial arts 101. If you're a wrestler and you're going against a striker, you go for the takedown, obviously.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. I think Masvidal knows for sure. He's gonna have to be ready for that. And the question is, can he stop it? We'll see because Covington's very good.
I got Covington by decision.
Yeah, I think he's gonna win by decision or definitely by late round TKO.
Just because I believe, I mean, yes, coming from Masvidal, he got knocked out by Usman.
Yeah.
Was it the second round, right?
So I think it was the second round, yeah. Right? He knocked him out hot bad, too. I was like, damn.
Bad. But the reason why I say this fight goes to decision is because I believe Covington's power is not as strong.
Oh, yeah. It's not. It's not as good. He's not really a knockout artist. He's a volume guy. He just, like, overwhelms, like, over time.
Yeah.
Masvidal has a better chance of knocking him out, honestly. Like, early round knockout. He has more power.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he has more power for sure. Masvidal's boxing is very good, though. That's for sure. But damn, Usman's so good that he outboxed him. That's just really impressive.
I feel like I will get a little bit off topic here, then we'll get back right into it. I feel like Masvidal would have had a lot better career and as a boxer. Don't get me wrong, he's had a pretty good career in mixed martial arts. He's had a good career. He's won a lot of fights in MMA, but I feel like he would have had a better career as a boxer.
He really, yeah, it's very possible because his hands are his money. So imagine if he would have went in early, like as a young man in boxing, he probably would have been pretty dangerous. Especially he fought in the streets with Kimbo Slice. He's like known to just outbox people. That's what he's known for. I think he probably would have been a pretty good pro, like a professional boxer. And
what division would he be in? He'll be welterweight, right?
Welterweight, maybe middleweight. He fights at what, 170? Middleweight.
170.
Yeah, middleweight's 160.
The weight classes for boxing and US and MMA are different.
Yeah, like there's 155 to 170 is his range, and in boxing there's 154, there's 160, 168, 175. So he'd probably be like 160 or maybe 168er. around there.
That's the reason why I say that is because he would have been a pretty good boxing world champion.
I think he
would have had multiple belts.
I think his boxing's very good. Like maybe the best I've seen. Him, McGregor, Holloway is a fucking amazing boxer. Obviously,
there's a lot of guys in the UFC that you could say, hey, they could have been world champions in boxing.
Honestly, another guy that people don't know is really, really good at boxing is TJ Dillashaw, because there's actually a clip of him sparring with a world champion Lomachenko, and he's actually competing. Like they're fucking going at it. I was like, this guy would have went into boxing, maybe a world champion. And that's Dillashaw. Like he's a fuck. There's some guys that will definitely surprise you how good they are at boxing.
Yeah.
Like as far as Jake Paul, honestly, if he fights Masvidal, he's not beating Masvidal.
I think Dana shut that. Oh, I remember this.
He shut that shit down. Yeah, I saw it.
I don't know if you saw the video on Instagram. Like he was calling out Jake Paul. He said, "You turned down what was it, drug testing?"
Oh yeah, I saw that.
He was like, I think he said he offered him money. It was, I think.
Yeah, I'll just say this: the only thing is, Jake's quite a bit bigger than Masvidal physically, but if it's skill to skill, Masvidal just wipes the floor with him. He's a really good boxer. Like even Anderson Silva might beat him. He beat Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. I know he's like a joke now, but he was a world champion at one point. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. and Anderson knocked him out, I think, or outboxed him. So
yeah, but overall that fight should be great though. It should be a great fight.
It's gonna be maybe fight of the year unless McGregor or Jones fight. If they don't fight,
unless McGregor comes back, which honestly I feel like it's gonna come pretty soon than we expected it to.
Yeah, probably Nate Diaz trilogy. Yeah.
I can't remember the last podcast when I predicted McGregor was coming back.
Yeah.
If you can remember.
Oh yeah. I remember. And also, there's actually something else kind of stirring up. Poirier versus Diaz. That's also stirring up right now, which is interesting.
I don't know. Oh, that's interesting too in its own right.
Yeah,
I don't know if you saw on Twitter or Instagram. I can't remember where it was.
Yeah.
They showed Dustin Poirier and they said I think he's putting on weight.
Oh yeah, he's big now. And the only thing that kind of disappointed me was apparently I saw a tweet from Nate saying nah or some shit. Like he was kind of not wanting it. Maybe he was waiting for the Conor fight. Maybe he wants the bigger money, but I don't blame him for that. But if that fight happens.
I mean, if Nate said nah to Dustin right now, then I guess we're gonna get Conor versus Nate 3.
Yeah, I think that's what Nate's waiting for.
If that offer has been made already,
yeah.
Which I don't know if it has been made yet. We don't know the status on Conor's leg overall. I'm guessing you and me can both guess on Conor's leg right now. It's
probably like 80. Yeah, I think 85%. I think.
Well, I don't know. I can't tell how fast Conor heals. Because people heal differently. People heal a lot different than others.
And then he won't really tell until he's taking kicks to the leg again, like when he's training for resistance. If he can take kicks, full power kicks, he's fine. But I would make sure you feel as good as possible, because if he kicks can really fuck your career up. Like Anderson Silva, Weidman, like it will really fuck your life up. So I hope he takes it really. Don't rush it, because you're gonna end up like Weidman or Silva, like compromised.
Yes.
I definitely don't want to see that shit again.
And knowing Nate, how he is, of course, he's gonna talk a lot of shit Nate for the leg.
He's definitely going for the leg.
That's common knowledge.
Yeah, he's gonna go after that leg the whole fight probably, and Nate Diaz and Conor 3 will be massive. It'll probably be easily the biggest fight.
It's gonna break a lot of records for that fight.
Yeah, it might even break their record. I think.
I think it will break their own record, because honestly, a lot of people are begging to see it.
Yeah, they're all begging it. The fireworks, the press conference. Conor, I feel like now compared to back then, I feel like he's. I don't know if it's a good thing, but I feel like he's like darker now. He's like even more cruel than he used to be. Like his shit talking is.
You think so?
Yeah, I feel like he's ever since the Khabib fight. I think that changed him forever. I think that changed.
He was nice with Cowboy, because I mean.
He was nice with Cowboy. Honestly, when so the Khabib fight is what started off for me. I think that fight was so personal to him, and like it kind of flipped something in him that never went off. And honestly, the Cowboy fight, he seems fake as shit. I'm not gonna lie, Conor. I was like, Conor, you know damn well you want to say something bad right now, but I feel like he was.
I feel like with Cowboy though. I mean, Cowboy was a vet.
He was a vet. I feel like he like was holding it. Like he turned it off. He won the fight, so he kept it off. But then Dustin came. He was nice to Dustin the first time, and then he felt that defeat again. That kind of flipped the switch for him. He felt it again, and that's when fucking Conor came out. The real Conor came out,
because I think didn't Dustin like try to call him out and like he didn't get money.
Yeah,
like, the charity
I guess that probably pissed him off. Yeah, I just think Conor
was like, hold the fuck up, like don't be calling me out like on social media.
Yeah,
you gotta like if there's an issue, then
that pissed him off for sure. And Conor came out. I just think Conor now he's like in a different mindset now. He's he's not on the rise anymore. He's more so like just trying to establish himself again as the king of the throne. Like he's not on the rise like he was at the beginning. Now he wants to hold his position.
I don't feel like he should be on the rise anymore.
Yeah, not anymore.
I mean, he's already established.
He's established. Now he wants to like keep his position. He wants to like mental warfare is big for him. Obviously, he's probably the best of all time at it, and he's just making sure the people he fights now, unless it's like a cowboy, like an older guy that's retiring, he's gonna.
I mean, it was nice enough to get Cowboy a payday, so that's probably why he's like, you know what, Cowboy hasn't really had a big payday like this.
Yeah, I feel like that was a tune-up fight for him. He's like, yeah, I'll take Cowboy, beat him, then I'll fight for the big money against big opponents. But I guess Nate Diaz, I feel like it's gonna be dark, which I'm not Khabib level dark. I don't think it'll ever happen again. Those guys hate each other for real. I guess that's real hate, but I think it's gonna be fun. I think the shit talking is gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be even better than the second one, to be honest, because Conor's different now. He's more.
But I'm wondering what weight class it would be. Will it be lightweight?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question.
Because I remember the last time they fought, he says, "Come down to 155, we'll do it."
Yeah, I'll probably predict, due to Conor putting on so much size right now, probably 170, probably.
170.
But then again, does he want to do that? Because his cardio's been an issue. Does he want to fight at where he has to carry more mass? I don't know. That's up to him though. But
well, I feel like with the leg rehabilitation, you have to work on your stamina too.
True. Yeah. And here's the thing: he did beat Nate. Even with the stamina, his stamina, it was enough to beat down Nate when he beat him the second time. He beat him because.
I mean, with that fight, I say it was a 3-2 fight. I'm
3-2.
a Conor fan.
It's 3-2.
That fight was pretty close. Yeah. I'd have it at 3-2.
Yeah. So. Conor like his will came out that fight. It wasn't just his skill. His will came out. He was like.
In the rounds, I mean, yeah, he was getting work in the late rounds, but Conor was still throwing up pretty good shots at Nate.
Like even in the later rounds when he was knocking Nate down, that was like all willpower. That's what really won him the fight. He's like, I'm not gonna lose this time. He was like the most determined I've ever seen him, to be honest. Like he was so determined to win that fight. Like he was exhausted, but he was still dropping Nate, which was impressive. Nate was like, oh fuck, like he's not withering this time. And I feel like
I predicted in our last podcast before the new year.
Yeah.
I predicted that 2022 would be the rise of Conor McGregor, the return of the old Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
So hopefully we get that, and hopefully we see him fight. Hope not soon. We want his leg to be healed up. We want him to be fully 100%. Because
Conor brings a sort of polarizing thing that I've never seen before. Maybe definitely not a UFC. Like he was so polarizing that he basically transcended the sport. Like he's bigger than the sport, honestly. Like he's such a polarizing figure that it's ridiculous.
I'm not trying to compare him to Muhammad Ali or anything, but he definitely transcended it. Like he definitely transcended UFC like Muhammad Ali did.
Yeah, definitely. That's definitely a comparison between the two. Like Ali transcended the sport. Like he was that polarizing. It's rare. You only see those kind of guys maybe once every 20, 30 years. Like even Mike Tyson, I think. Did he transcend it? Not as much as these two, honestly. He's a scary guy. He was scary as shit, but he didn't transcend the way.
When you hear Mike Tyson fighting, though, I mean, everybody would tune in to watch.
Yeah.
Because you know he's going to knock someone out.
Yeah, like Ali.
It's the same way with Conor back then when he was on the rise.
Yeah.
You would pay to watch Conor because you know he was going to knock someone out.
Yeah, he was so polarizing that, I mean, shit, he's basically like, him himself might be bigger than even boxing right now. Even Canelo. Like, he might outsell him. I think he does outsell him right now, to be honest. Even Canelo, which is the biggest name in the sport. Conor's a special dude, man. We're not gonna.
Conor in 2021 was the highest paid athlete, I believe.
He was, yeah. I think another Conor ain't gonna come around for another, however long Ali's been gone, like another 50 years until we see another Conor. Like those kind of guys don't come around very often. He's that kind of. It's the reason why he's still relevant. If he wasn't as like what he was, he would have fell off when he left after the Diaz fight or after the. Yeah, like
smart businessman too.
Yeah, he's smart. Anybody else would have been gone, but he's a unicorn, honestly, living in like a human world. But honestly,
diamond in the rough.
Definitely diamond. Yeah, he's definitely a fucking diamond in the business, which is he's like the diamond of diamonds. Basically, there's Conor and then everybody else. Basically, that's what he is right now. But I hope he comes back. But next up,
I'd say this before we move on. I'd say this: Conor for the UFC is the diamond.
Yeah.
John Jones is the gold.
Yeah, John's the gold. He's like.
Or platinum. No, not platinum.
He's like the truest form of MMA we're gonna see. He's like the.
Yeah.
He's like that the special medal, but Conor is just the diamond. Like he's the top value, like the most valuable probably in the whole UFC. But I hope he comes back. But the next big one, which is kind of UFC 273, Volkanovski versus Korean Zombie. Surprising.
Is this the Korean Zombie's first ever title fight?
I think so. I've never heard him fight anybody else with a title. He's never fought Max, I think, with the title. So yeah, I think it is his first one. I mean,
wow.
This fight he got his ass whooped by Ortega, but I guess like if you want to give him Volkanovski, who's better than Ortega, then I just think he's gonna lose.
Quite honestly, when I saw you retweet this on Twitter, I commented he's just ducking Ortega.
Honestly, I feel because he knows damn well Ortega almost beat him. Like this close.
That's why.
He's this close.
And if you people in the comments that are here for the MMA, if you disagree with me with that, then go back and watch the fight again because Ortega was holding his own in that fight.
He almost got so close to beating him. He was like seconds away from winning the belt, but.
And I remember we were watching that fight live together. We were like, I don't think he had it locked in tight, but even Volkanovski's like that shit was locked on.
He's like, I was grasping for air. I don't know how I got out. I was like, damn. But also, I would say, Ortega beat the fuck out of Korean Zombie too. Beat him down. Like it was his best performance possibly in his career. So I don't.
Was this after?
I think this
before or after he got beat by Max.
Yeah, I think this was after. Yeah, he lost to Max, and then he fought a couple times. Or was it? It might have been just that fight, but he beat the shit out of fucking Korean Zombie. Like beat the shit out of him. And then now I'm like, I mean, Volkanovski, you sure you want to take this? I mean, you're gonna beat him. Wouldn't you want to fight Ortega again, who almost beat you?
Korean Zombie though, he's unpredictable too. He's got a pretty dangerous submission hold too.
He does. He's pretty good. Can he win? Yeah, he's world class. All these guys are world class at this level, but Volkanovski's probably gonna win. It just sucks that Max pulled out. I was so disappointed because of his injury.
Was it a rib injury?
I think it was his ribs or something like that. But damn, I wanted to see him win that belt.
Me too. I wanted to see him win that belt too. I feel like he was actually going to do it.
I think he would have won this one. Yeah, I honestly do. Yeah. He's gotten better. He's honestly gotten better since like his performance against Calvin Kattar was. Yeah. That might have been one of the best boxing performances I've ever seen in UFC history. Like it's up there with. Not better than Conor's against Eddie Alvarez, but it's up there. It was really, really good. Like, he put on a fucking clinic. I was like, damn, he can box. If he can do that against Volkanovski, I mean...
And not get taken down.
Not get taken down.
Not get taken down.
Not get taken down.
I mean, honestly, Max, right now, he should be the featherweight champion.
He should.
If I'm being real here, he should be the featherweight champion, because those last two fights...
Yeah, he beat Volkanovski a second time for sure. He did. Yeah. Everyone thinks that the first one, okay, you can give it to Volkanovski, but the second one, no, he did not.
Hands down Volkanovski. No, hands down Holloway.
Yeah, he won that one for sure. Joe Rogan thinks it. Daniel thought it. I mean, everyone thinks it. Volkanovski probably knows as well. He probably knows deep down he lost, but damn.
And I feel like with that fight, that started having a discussion of we need better judges.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
It brought up that discussion again. Yeah. We need better judges.
Absolutely need better judges. I think it's like some of these fights, people's legacies depend on it. You can't bullshit him out of a fucking win. Like Max losing. I'm like, dude, he won the fight. You're like cheating him out of his legacy because you're a shitty judge. Come on, man. I just think that really fucks. Like that'll fuck up the trajectory of someone's career. Like if they win a fight, but then the judge doesn't give it to him, like the hell are they supposed to do?
Well, luckily, Max is one of the best boxers in the UFC, so that didn't really affect him that much.
Yeah, luckily I didn't change his trajectory. Like someone that maybe like what's a fight that was like holy shit and they never came back. Maybe trying to think of a fight from different weight classes.
Would you say was it the Hendrickson and GSP fight?
Oh man, yeah, I feel like Hendricks never became what he was after that loss, even though a lot of people thought he won. Hendricks, Johnny Hendricks, yeah. Yeah, after he lost that fight, which a lot of people thought he won against GSP, he kind of never was the same. Like, that was his moment, and it was kind of taken away from him, but those moments suck, man.
Do you feel like Hendricks won that fight?
I watched it. I watched it a few times. Honestly, I think he did win slightly. I think the takedowns made the difference. I was like, he did get it, but I mean, they gave it to GSP. When you're like a long reigning champ like that, they're usually gonna give it to the other guy.
But like you said, having those kind of judges, it really does affect the fighter that lost.
It'll affect them for sure. Like some people never recover. Like they never recover ever again. So that's bullshit. So what Joe Rogan said, I think, is a good plan. Basically, get around 7 to 10 judges. They're all either ex-fighters or coaches, and they all watch
understand.
They understand the sport, maybe give them like a telegram, so like a TV, and let them sit there so they could see it on TV from all angles and see the fight live, and let them all decide. Like majority judge, the majority decision is the decision, not like some. Like I feel like the system for these judges is bullshit. Like they give them a little seminar, like, all right, you're gonna judge a world championship fight. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Like we need real judges here. We need real knowledgeable people. We don't need these fucking random ass like people who don't know shit about fighting to do it. Like, I don't know. I think it's maybe they should fix their point system too, like the way they judge, like octagon control.
Like the 10-point system, right?
Yeah, and the variables, like the one where you get dominant control. There's sometimes the guy's on his back and he's winning the fight. He's like fucking you up in the bottom and he's losing because he's on the bottom. That's not.
And we've seen that before too.
Yeah, we've seen that before. I'm like, that's unfair. Like Ferguson would whip people's ass on the ground. Like his elbows honestly, were nasty.
I feel like you're gonna disagree with me on this.
Yeah.
But I remember we were watching the Conor and Dustin Poirier fight, the trilogy,
the
third one where Conor broke his head. I feel like when Dustin brought him to the ground, I feel like Conor was winning on the ground on his back because I feel like he was throwing more of the shots.
I mean, yeah, that's debatable for sure.
You can disagree on that.
Yeah.
Because Dustin was throwing shots back, but I feel like for a little bit of that time that Conor was on the ground with Dustin, Conor was winning that.
Real quick, I'm gonna hang up real quick because my phone's like at 1%. It's gonna die any second. I can't find my charger.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna go my charger real quick, and I'll see if I can try to join back in time.
All right, fuck
what
it.
a loser!
But it's you, right? Piece of shit.
Charge your phone next time, Kyle.
But yeah, what do you feel about that?
Do I feel like he was winning at that point? I'd say no, but there's definitely moments where.
Not winning the fight, I'd say in that little portion of that time.
That little portion, he was doing pretty well. Like his ground game and the defense was pretty good. I think there's probably was a moment where Dustin was kind of on the heels, even though he was on top. Like, I think that's definitely fair. And I think there's moments like that all the time that the judges don't give to the fighters just because they're on their back. Like, it doesn't mean shit. Damian Maia on his back will beat your ass with jiu-jitsu. Like, just because he's on his back doesn't mean shit. But it really Nate Diaz, Ortega. Look at what he did to Volkanovski, and he was on his back. I mean, he was in a submission, so he was winning at the point. Yeah. But like on his back, it really depends on the context. Like if they're on the ground and he's on his back and he's the one throwing the shots, not the other guy, he should be winning. But if the other guy on top is beating your ass, then obviously you're losing. I think context matters. Aggression's important. They have that in there, but they should just change it all. Fuck it all. Like change the whole system. It's all bullshit. Like I don't know. I just think some things need to change, but
I agree.
Yeah.
A lot. Not some. I think a lot.
A lot, and even worse, boxing. That's even worse. That's a whole different wormhole. That one's awful. The judging on that was terrible, but that one's big. Another piece of news. Apparently, Cejudo criticized Volkanovski for picking Korean Zombie. I think it's sort of valid, but then again,
what did he say though? I want to hear what he said about it, so that way I could.
I think he said like you're nitpicking and you're scared. You're dodging. He either said Ortega or myself. Like I think he wants to fight Volkanovski or something. But
so is Cejudo officially back?
He tweeted something like I won't. Like he was talking kind of throw shut up Max. He said I won't call off the fight. So how about I fight him? But obviously Dana didn't choose him. He chose Korean Zombie. But he has a point. But then again, I mean he just beat Ortega. Ortega's probably healing from that, and that was a brutal fight.
He was pretty at the end of the fight. He did look banged up pretty bad.
Yeah, and like who else would he fight? I mean, Max is hurt. Ortega's probably still healing. Who else is out there? Yair Rodriguez lost recently. There's no one else really out there except Korean Zombie.
I mean, you can't ask Aldo.
Aldo's out there, but yeah, he'd have to go back up. He'd have to leave and go back up to 145, but
he doesn't feel like doing that anymore.
Yeah, I think he feels better at 135. Maybe the guys were too big for him, like at 140. I mean, he was a king for years before Conor took his soul, but before that, he was the king of 145, like one of the greatest of all time. But honestly, I think Conor changed something in him that he'll never get back. Conor he defeated him in ways that you might never heal from, like not just physically, but the way he like systematically broke him down into like I don't know, took away his manhood, took away his pride, everything. That was fucking brutal. But that's why Conor.
Well, honestly, yeah, I got Volkanovski winning that fight. Because I mean, all due respect to the Korean Zombie, he's a tremendous fighter and all.
Yeah.
Volkanovski is just too good right now.
Yeah, I'll probably say he wins. Yeah.
I do feel like we're gonna get Ortega versus Volkanovski too at some point.
Yeah, I think it's gonna happen. Let's say Max comes back. I'm pretty sure they're probably gonna give him Volkanovski now. Like once he's healed, he's the next one in line. Ortega, maybe they'll give him. I don't know.
Maybe Ortega's the next man up. I think so.
Yeah.
He's the winner of that fight. Obviously, Ortega's the next.
Yeah, Ortega's like the only it's 1A and 1B with Max and Volk, but Ortega's literally after them #1 contender. It's easy. Like he's clearly the best after those two, but.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's like not even close. But we'll see what happens with that. But this, I barely learned now. Apparently, Ariel Helwani predicts that because there's actually several fighters that are almost done with their contract. So Jones, Ngannou, McGregor, actually, Adesanya, and John Jones. He thinks that a lot of them and these UFC stars are going to leave this year because of fighter pay. That's what he thinks. He thinks that people are going to leave. I don't know.
Connor's definitely not leaving.
He's not leaving. He's the diamond.
Jones,
yeah, he's not going to leave.
Jones, I don't think he's gonna leave.
Jones,
Adesanya,
nah, I doubt it. He's the champ. Yeah. Where else would he go? Where would he go with Bellator? Like, no, he's not going there. Then Ngannou's the most realistic because one, I feel like he's tired of something. I don't know exactly what, and two, apparently the Fury fight, like Tyson Fury, offered him a fight. It seems kind of serious. I don't know if it's gonna go like something become real, but if he gets that kind of money, he'll never need to fight again. Ever.
It's not going to build the hype. It's not going to build to that type of hype that Conor and Floyd got.
No.
We're never going to see.
No. Yeah, no.
That type of hype for a fight ever again.
No, never again. Yeah, there's no one right now in the sport that could kind of get that kind of hype. Like you need a Mayweather and McGregor type of people to get that kind of hype. It's going to get hype, but not that level. Ngannou would make more money than God. Obviously, boxing is a different level, especially when you're fighting the heavyweight champ of the world.
Well, obviously, yeah, it's just
That's the real incentive for him to leave is he'll make life-changing money. Like he'll never need to work a day in his life again. He'll probably make easily, I'd say, $50 million easily. That's like he'll make 10 times, 100 times more than he's ever made in the UFC. So I see that, but he's the most realistic leaving. I don't know about John. I don't think he'll leave. I definitely don't think McGregor's leaving. Why would he leave? There's no reason. He makes as much money as boxers, and he's a fucking UFC, so he'll stay. Yeah. And then who else? They said Adesanya. Why the hell would he leave? He's the dominant middleweight champ right now. He's not leaving, going anywhere. I don't know what.
One reason why they say he would leave is because there's probably not. They think there's nothing left.
Oh, that's a good reason, yeah. But I don't know where Ariel came with this. Maybe because of the Ngannou shit. He's like, yeah, I think a lot of big fighters are going to leave this year. Maybe he's hating on the UFC because they did fire him when he was a reporter, apparently. I think he's just hating. I don't know. Because I don't see why all these fighters would leave when they're on top of the world, except Ngannou. That's the only one I kind of see maybe leaving. But everyone else, I'm like, why would they fucking leave? Like, they're...
Yeah, I don't see them leaving.
Yeah, so I don't...
Ngannou for sure, most definitely.
Yeah.
Probably, if I had to bet on it, I'd probably bet Ngannou would. Just because, like you said, the Fury fight and all that money, that could change his life. And plus, recently, I don't know if you saw the trailer for the new Jackass movie, but...
Oh, yeah. On it. Oh, really? I didn't even know that.
He's going to do one of the stunts. He's going to punch one of the Jackass stars.
Oh, God. They have some real guts, him hitting them. Like, holy shit, man. I was... they better be... Yeah, they better be paying him a lot of money for that. Whoever's getting punched. Oh my God.
I'm sure Francis got paid handsomely for just doing that one stunt, I think.
Yeah. He's gonna get paid well.
He's performing the stunt. He's not taking the damage.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna get paid really well. But yeah, guys, that's UFC. Now I got a few.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Before we move on to the UFC, we gotta talk about the lightweight division because that's honestly for me the best division in the UFC. Can't forget about that.
So now, yeah, I guess that's cool because we gotta like discuss what's next for the lightweights. So right now, Oliveira is a champ. He beat Dustin. As far as Dustin, I feel like he's in a tough place right now, like mentally. I don't think he knows what he wants. He wants the Diaz fight. I don't think he's gonna get it because Conor's gonna come. Yeah, he's gonna move up.
Right now, Dustin will move up. He's gonna fight Usman for the belt.
Oh, actually, I saw something that I think it might be reality. Apparently, I think it might be confirmed. I need to check. Charles might fight Usman. Oliveira might fight Usman. That's what I saw. Let me check if that's confirmed though, because I saw something that if that happens, this is Charles Oliveira.
It would make more sense for Dustin to move up because I feel like him at 170 is more natural for him.
Yeah, UFC's Kamaru Usman discusses hypothetical. Oh, maybe I didn't see it confirmed, but 3 hours. Let's see, 3 hours ago. Let's say Charles Oliveira targets fights with fellow UFC champion Konohamaru and Volkanovski. He wants to become a 3-weight champion. I doubt he's going to 145. He's gonna die at that weight class because it's too small. But apparently it's like in the works right now. Will it happen? It's a possibility. But then again, Justin has to get a shot. Like, what the fuck, man? You're just fucking cheating Justin at this point. Gaethje. Like, I feel.
Yeah, at this point. Yeah, that's why I wanted to bring up.
Give him that. Yeah. He has to fight him at least. Yeah, he has to fight him and beat him at least. You can't just give him Usman, give him all this money when Justin's worked hard to get here. But if that happens, let's say he beats Justin, which is a big if because Justin's fucking good. If he beats Justin, I just think Usman's too big, too strong, and very, very unratedly fast for his size. Like, he's underestimated with his speed. I think Charles would get maybe not manhandled, but he'd get overpowered. The power would be there. The power advantage would be there. I think he would lose most likely. Could he win? Yeah, maybe. But I think most likely he'd lose to Usman. Usman is just really well-rounded too. Like, really well-rounded. So that'll be my prediction.
I don't think that fight is going to happen, though. Between Oliveira and happening. What I see more likely happening is Dustin Poirier moving up.
Yeah, that's definitely going to happen, I feel like, yeah. And maybe he'll fight Usman. Who knows? Maybe there's no one left.
I think he will.
Yeah, let's say that... Let's say maybe they give Poirier a fight at 170. He wins. Maybe they give him to Usman. There's nothing left for Usman. He beat Covington twice, Masvidal twice, Burns. Who's left? Wonder Boy is getting old. He won't beat Usman. Oh yeah. Who else is out there?
He would beat Leon. Let's just get that out of the way right now. He'll beat Leon.
Yeah. You see what Leon said about the Masvidal Covington fight? He's like, these two bums are gonna fight. I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, they lost to Usman though. There's nothing. There's not a knock losing to him. He's the best. So.
I mean, they're not. Those guys are not bums.
Absolutely not. And I think Covington would beat Leon. Honestly, maybe even.
Absolutely. I mean, that's pretty common knowledge at this point.
He almost lost to Nate. Nate almost dropped him. Imagine if Masvidal hits him with one of those. He's out. He's gonna go out. But
I thought he did drop him.
No, he wobbled him really bad, but he didn't drop him. Right. But if he gets hit by someone like Masvidal with that, he's out. Or if Usman hits him, he's out cold. But there's nothing left for Usman really. I mean, there's Leon, I guess. I guess I can give him Leon, but.
And Dustin's on the table too.
And Dustin's on the table. He would be a great fight, a big money fight too. That's the hardcores we want to see. But yeah, so.
Justin Gaethje, call it now. He'll be the lightweight champ when they fight.
Yeah.
When he fights Charles.
Dude, I hope he wins. Imagine that story, if he can do that.
But I feel like he will be more prepared for Charles' submissions as Dustin was. Because I feel like Dustin wasn't really fully prepared for the submissions that Charles was going to get out. I mean, for God's sake, he tapped him out while he was still standing on his back.
That's ridiculous. Yeah, he's a jiu-jitsu master. That's for sure. He's like, he's the best.
Justin said it himself. Even Justin said it himself. If I can't knock my best strikes off,
if I can't knock him out, I lose. Basically, is what he's saying. But all right, next up, UFC is done. So now I think we can all talk on this. Even Amelia, if you want. Is God real? What do you guys think about that idea? What would you say? Do you think there's like a omnipresent being out there?
Yeah, that's a hard question. I mean, I don't know if God itself is real, like the image that the Christians or the fucking the image that whatever fucking culture is portrayed as God is. I don't think there's one certain way of looking at God, but I feel perfect to be just one big old fucking just random
coincidence. Yeah, like
coincidence, bro. Like I feel like there has to be some kind of creation or some kind of like creator behind it. Maybe not God, but there's something out there. There's a reason behind the universe. And behind the whole creation of all this bullshit.
You're talking about when did this come up?
Yeah.
What
happened? Oh, but I would say this. When it comes to God, I also kind of tend to agree with that. Like, I feel like the world or our tangible reality, it's just too well placed in a way that all this is possible for there not to be some kind of overhead from some creator. I don't know if you want to use the image of God like Emilio said, but there has to. It's hard for me to fathom there's no overhead. Like everything is just a coincidence. And then if you believe that, you can like it's hard to not believe that everything's meaningless at some point, like having a nihilistic point of view. Like, what's purpose? Like, you know, us humans are curious. We want to know what's the purpose, and for there to be no purpose, rather than we're just here because we're here. It's just it's hard to fathom that. I don't know. I think there is some kind of overhead. I think what also kind of shows there's some overhead is the fact that there's a right and wrong, not just in our culture. It's not just culture, but global. There seems to be a right and wrong. It's like a universal thing, and I think that comes from somewhere. I don't know. That's all headcanon, but that's my thoughts on it, though. What do you think, John?
Headcanon on God.
It's like these kind of discussions that led to world wars.
yeah.
Crusaders.
Religion.
Well, I mean, Jay is going to a war. Like, it's called the Jay Wars.
Oh yeah, on Saturday. Oh shit. I'm preparing for that shit. You guys gonna have to be ready for that.
Don't worry, bro. We're ready.
I'm packing the Glock.
Yeah, I'm getting all my weapons. But yeah.
Yeah. But I'm a man that believes. I believe God does exist, but I'm not like as religious as a lot of people are in this world. I'm not really like a religious man. I don't force my beliefs on people and everything, but I do believe that God is real and there's an afterlife. I mean,
I think that this is more than
a lot of evidence out there that just proves the afterlife is, and I mean, God is real and everything. I mean, it's hard for me to describe it, but I just firmly believe it.
I just think the tough thing with the problem with God is the unknown, right? And there's always this fallacious argument called the appeal to ignorance. Just because we don't know means it's true. But when it comes to that, our logic, I think us as humans, we overvalue our ability to logically deduce things. But then again, we have computers doing most of our bidding these days. So obviously our logic isn't perfect. I think we gotta look ourselves in the mirror sometimes and realize that we overvalue what we're capable of. I mean, we've done some great things in the last 100 years. You know, the Industrial Revolution, technology, phones. But there's still a lot that we don't know. There's a lot to be explained. And
plus, it's hard for me to believe that we're the only beings in existence in this world.
Yeah,
or like overall in general in this universe, we're the only beings.
Not necessarily. We don't have to be. I mean, the universe is fucking big as hell.
Yeah.
There's could be other fucking beings
on these other planets. It's like hard for me to believe that there's no life on these, like on some of these planets.
And what kind of supports this is nature in general. It's a hierarchy.
Well, nature on Earth in particular, but like for example, there's like this theory in science. It's like we're carbon-based life forms, right? Yeah, and there's like this the only other life form that is like hypothetically possible to for us humans to comprehend with our current knowledge right now is silicone-based organisms.
Yeah. So I'll say this now, again, headcanon, but I think it's a valid point. You know, our reality in general, like biologically in nature, it's all a hierarchy. Like us as humans is a hierarchy with with our finances, with who's the fittest, so to speak. The reality is it's survival of the fittest, not to the extreme, hundreds of years or thousands of years ago, but it's still survival of the fittest. There's a hierarchy in nature. I mean, everything's a hierarchy if you think about it. Computers are a hierarchy. They have RAM chips in it. They have things that make it up. The whole universe is a hierarchy. Even the planets, are in a hierarchy. They're in a solar system, and that solar system is in a galaxy. The galaxy's in whatever that is in the universe. It's all a hierarchy. So my thought is, who's at the top of this entire hierarchy? I just think it's someone that's looking over us and someone that created everything. That's my train of thought on that. Again, it's headcanon, and humans always try to counter what they say. We're all pedantic to some extent, but I just think us all being here as a coincidence, and all this hierarchy being here as a coincidence, it's tough to accept that, I guess. That's my thoughts on why there.
They can go either or.
Yeah, that's why I just think there is a higher power. There's different interpretations in different religions, but most religions have this one single omnipresent figure that created it all. I mean, it gives people purpose. So I guess the people that counter this could just say, well, you just say that because you want to have a purpose, but I don't know. It's tough, man. It's tough.
And I mean, for all we know, like, we could just be living in a book.
Yeah, for all we know, we could be in a game, a simulation, like a lot of people say.
Matrix.
But then again, we could say the Matrix. We could say that this was.
We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know.
We have multiverse.
It could be in the multiverse.
Yeah, and the fact that we don't know makes it, I guess, debatable. I mean, it's tough to fathom. Some people are end all be all by logic. They're like, well, you can't prove it, then it's not true. I'm like, I don't know if that's the way you want to conduct yourself in the world. I mean, I guess that's cool, but there's always the unknown. Yeah, that's my thoughts on that. And then I guess this question, we kind of already talked about it. Can logic explain all? Our human logic? I don't think it can, to be honest.
I agree.
Yeah, logic.
Yeah, no fucking way. No.
There's things that scientists don't know shit about. Like, to them, I mean, to us, these scientists are geniuses, but there's things that make them novice, things that they don't know about themselves. Logic is definitely flawed, which is the reason we have computers, because we can't process things at that level, at that speed. Like I said earlier, we gotta definitely look ourselves in the mirror sometime and realize that all of us overestimate our ability. I don't know, but yeah, that's my thought on it. What do you think, John? You think our logic can explain all, or not?
It's tough.
Yeah.
To say, really, I don't think that logic can explain all, but.
Yeah. Do you think that as time goes on, it will? Like, maybe. Do you think we'll?
As time goes on, yeah, probably.
Yeah. See,
but...
my thought process is, I mean, there's the idea of evolution, like adaptation. People that believe in evolution think that we just keep evolving over time, and our our capability to process things and deduce improves. Some people would argue we'll get to a point where we can process like everything, but I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think there's. I think this world is imperfect. Hence, we will never be perfect. I think that's an unreachable goal in this world, at least. That perfection is unattainable. There's excellence. Excellence is attainable, but perfection, that's an unrealistic goal. But I don't know. I just thought this topic would be pretty interesting, but.
There's a lot of successful people out in this world too that aren't perfect either. So I feel like in this world we were meant to not be perfect.
Yeah, definitely not. That's why there's literally fields of discipline, because not one human can know every discipline, can know everything, can be good at everything. That just supports the fact that we probably will never be perfect. I mean, even with autonomy, with machinery. I think we should, in my opinion, we shouldn't get too invested in like kind of blending ourselves with machines and shit, like trying to become like the perfect being. I think that's a dangerous idea. Like, I don't know. It's interesting to think about, and yeah, that's my thoughts on it. But John, you have any other topics?
Yeah, I got one.
What's it?
I got one. Who you got going to the Super Bowl?
Oh, football. Let's see. I would say, based on my observations from these teams this year, we got KC, the Packers, the Chiefs, and there's one more team. The Rams, maybe. I think those are like the top 4 teams right now. Realistically, probably the Packers, but then again, Aaron Rodgers is inconsistent though. Like, he's in the big games, he's inconsistent all the time.
I feel like this year, I feel like that's gonna be different. I do feel like the Packers are gonna win the Super Bowl this year. That's my pick.
That'd be cool. Yeah, I definitely want to see him win another ring.
I wish it was my team that was in the playoffs, but you saw what happened on Sunday night. Yeah.
Oh fuck. Yeah.
Don't want to get into that.
I have another topic actually. Do you think Steph Curry, this is basketball though, is Steph Curry the greatest shooter of all time?
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Without a doubt.
Like,
at this point, if you don't believe that he is, then you're wrong.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that's just like statistically a thing, right?
Yeah, I think it's like like statistically proven.
He's at this point in his career, he's gonna make the 3-point record.
Oh, easily, yeah.
He's gonna make that record untouchable.
There's some people that romanticize the past, like Michael Jordan, and they romanticize Ray Allen and all that. And they're like, no, it depends on the era. It depends on like.
Well, don't get me wrong, I love Ray Allen too, but he was definitely one of the best shooters to live. And he definitely, and I'm a huge LeBron fan and everything. I do feel like he saved LeBron's legacy with that shot in the 2015 finals game.
Like let's be honest, who would win? The team, the fucking mega team Curry had when he had Durant, Clay, and everybody, or would the '98 Bulls win in the finals, like out of 7? Let's say in their era, like in the Bulls era, would they really beat the Warriors?
They did play pretty aggressive defense in the late, in that time in the '90s, but I feel like they're shooting now. It's just
like we gotta ask ourselves this: would there be anyone that could stop Durant? Like, he's taller. Yeah, there's guys that are bigger than him, but he's faster than those guys. And the guys that are faster than him are smaller than him. Who would stop him on the Bulls? Like, good luck. Pippen?
Like there is times, I mean, KD, yes, he is.
It really just depends on how aggressive the defense is.
Yeah.
If we're going by rules back then, I don't know if players in the NBA nowadays could play the game the same way, if that makes sense. I just feel like the game was just different.
And back then, at that time, in the late 90s in basketball, there was hand checking back then, so you were able to hit the opponent's hands.
That's why. That's another reason why people romanticize the older players like Jordan, because he did it in that era, like against the Pistons and shit like that. But it's
Oh, that's hard.
It's a contentious. It's a contentious topic because, like,
if it went to a 7-game series, I would have it going 7, regardless.
Like the Warriors versus the '98 Bulls, I feel like.
Yeah, it would go to a 7-game series regardless.
If I'm being objective, again, I know eras matter.
As good as the shooter Steph Curry is.
Oof, yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, his defense is not up to par.
You really do have to think about matchups as well, I guess.
Yeah,
it's all about the matchup.
Point guards, shooting guards.
And also, the Bulls also had Steve Kerr on their team.
Yeah,
he was a pretty good 3-point shooter as well.
Yeah, I would, if I had to decide, I would say, I just think the outside shooting would be the difference for the Warriors. Like, at the 3-point line, what could they do? I mean, yeah, they were going to play more aggressively, but someone with the accuracy, like the deadly accuracy of Clay, Steph, and Durant on the same team, like
that's tough to guard. Like, and Clay is the.
Yeah, that's what I meant by matchups. Is that, like, I feel like you can't hold all of them.
Yeah. Like, they pick
how I kind of felt.
Like, one of them's gonna get hot, you can't stop it. Like, Jordan will probably well. Clay, he'll probably keep him in check. Curry would be against whoever the point guard was. What was it, Harper? I think it was Harper.
Ron Harper.
Yeah, Harper.
Clay was like really good, but even then, when they won the championship, he still was kind of inconsistent.
Yeah,
it did matter depending on like game to game.
Yeah, definitely. Jordan.
I think Warriors probably have the edge.
Yeah, Jordan would definitely outplay Clay. That's for sure. He's a fucking monster. But Durant.
Clay's a better spot up shooter, like catch and shoot. If you give Clay the ball where he has you give him space to shoot it, he's gonna pull up and it's automatic.
Yeah, Jordan's just gonna swarm him. The guy is 1-on-1 probably beats anyone his position all time, mate, probably. But I guess last question of the pod: who do you think's the greatest athlete ever, any sport of all time?
Greatest athlete ever of any sport.
Yeah, or you could list a few.
I mean, that's tough because there's a lot of great athletes out there.
Yeah, like
a lot of great athletes.
If we're going off athleticism, what sport requires them?
Or something, huh?
Yeah, like
one of them
for boxing.
Like the question.
I was thinking combat sports as well, but I think something that's like more like endurance based is probably gonna have like a better athlete. I feel like
one of them overall athlete. I'm gonna give it to Bo Jackson.
Bo was a monster. Yeah.
Bo Jackson. The second one would be LeBron James.
Yeah.
Third one would be John Jones.
Johnny. Yeah.
Fourth one.
Hey, with
would be
Conor
McGregor. And the fifth one would be
John on coke.
Yeah. And then the fifth one would be probably, hate to say it, Tom Brady.
Athleticism. So let's start with that piece of criteria.
I think that back. Athleticism. Oh man, that's tough.
Yeah, I think that's the good ones though. But for me,
Based on success for athletes, I would put Tom Brady in.
Oh yeah, if we're talking about athleticism, yeah, Bo Jackson would probably be there. Some freaking natures. Let's see, who else is a fucking freak? I mean, John's a freak. LeBron's a fucking freak too. Ali was pretty athletic for sure. He's like very athletically gifted. Who else out there? There's a lot of fucking sports, man. Michael Phelps maybe fucking winning like the most gold medals ever. He's a fucking monster, dude, in the Olympics, like best in the world.
Yeah.
But as far as greatness, which is a different piece, Brock Lesnar, athletically. I mean, he did get his ass beat by Kane, but that's skill though. Yeah. As far as greatness,
he was a collegiate world champion in college, back at heavyweight.
Yeah, that's impressive. But yeah, in the UFC, Kane had his number though for sure. But
oh yeah, for sure, no doubt.
But
I'm a wrestling fan.
As far as greatness, Tom Brady obviously is up there. Michael Jordan, Phelps. There's so many fucking medals, dude. It's ridiculous. Mayweather is like basically untouched his whole career, never been knocked down, at least by a punch. He has been like he put his hand down when he hurt his hand, like he took a knee, but that wasn't a knockdown.
Doesn't he have a condition for his hands? I forgot what it was called.
Yeah, he just has really brittle hands. But what he did in boxing might never be replicated. Imagine never getting cut by a punch, never being dropped by a punch, never losing a fight, beating the most world champions all time. He still has that record. Pacquiao almost broke it.
Has he lost a round before?
Rounds, yeah. Everyone, that's like impossible to not lose a round. He lost to Maidana a few. He lost to Mosley when he got clipped. He lost a few rounds.
Conor won some rounds off of him.
Even Conor won a couple rounds. But he's the greatest.
I'm surprised you actually said that.
The first 2 or 3 he did, but it's because Mayweather was downloading data. He wasn't like trying to fucking. He got hit with that uppercut, but yeah, the greatest athletes, greatness wise, Tom, Mayweather, Phelps, LeBron.
I mean, LeBron for sure, though, because you're 19 and he's 37 years old and he's still averaging like 30 right now.
Tiger Woods, I guess. Well, not athletically speaking, but just greatness. Tiger Woods, yeah.
I mean, it's tough for overall athletes. There's a lot.
I
mean, Bo Jackson and LeBron for sure.
Oh, athletically? Oh, fuck, yeah.
Athletically, yes.
Yeah.
But it's like Kevin Durant, maybe?
Yeah, but I guess that's all the top.
Like LeBron played like soccer, bro.
Oh fuck!
He played football in high school too. He
played
football.
Joe Rogan talked about what if he was in MMA. Holy shit, dude! God damn.
I don't know.
John Jones.
Proper training.
John Jones.
Proper training.
Yeah.
You think so? Proper training.
He's taller, longer than John, more explosive. That's for sure. He's fucking fast as fuck. Probably the greatest of all time. Like if he was dedicated, obviously. Yeah, he was obviously dedicated. Probably the greatest.
Straight flying knee to the fucking chin, bro.
God damn. Imagine like Shaq, like these freak athletes in the combat sports, like Bo Jackson, boxing or some shit. Oh my god, dude.
Bo Jackson did break a baseball bat with his knee.
It's fucking ridiculous. Yeah, like Mike Tyson in fucking football or something, or fucking.
And he snapped the bat. Half his head.
Yeah, there's definitely guys that would have been good in any sport, like the freaks of nature, like a LeBron.
Yeah.
I can't say Michael because he was okay at baseball. He wasn't the best though.
I wouldn't say okay. I don't know why he did it.
Yeah, he was. I don't know what. Like after his dad died, he's like, I'm just gonna try out baseball. I'm like, okay, that's cool. But
all right, good luck with that.
Yeah, but I guess that's all the topics I have. Unless you have any other ones, John.
No, I don't.
We've been at this shit for a long fucking time. This podcast was the first one where we had a fucking rat on here, like talking shit. It's the first time.
Could have been a little shorter if that rat didn't show up, but it's alright.
Hopefully, if it comes, worst case scenario, you'll probably deal with him like you just do with him.
Yeah, bro. Like
you just gotta send him immediately.
Yeah.
Bro, I gotta throw hands with him.
Like I don't want to be like fucking tyrannical.
Is he in the Discord? Or
No.
Server muted.
Nah, bro. Rule with the firm, but just hand.
Yeah,
there we go.
exactly. Like I don't want to be tyrannical, but if you're a fucking rat ass clown like that guy, bro, I'm just gonna fucking show no mercy, bro. Honestly, like get the fuck out of here.
I know you guys have been in the Discord for a while now. I'm wondering, has that guy been in there?
No.
No,
I just joined today.
Like,
oh shit! This clown just joined just to talk shit, bro. That's fucking pathetic. But it's pathetic, bro. But
not the one that said I'm gonna go talk to my girlfriend too. Is that what he said?
Yeah.
That's cap. You got no girl, bro. It's probably a virgin. Fuck out of here. But I guarantee he's a virgin, bro. But yeah, I try to be just, man. Like we can disagree, even dispute, but when you start talking shit, bro, fuck out of here with that shit, man. Just kick your fucking ass out, fucking clown. But yeah, this podcast was good, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. For you guys watching the recording too, but we'll catch you in the next one, pal. I mean, folks. And where the fuck do we end it?
Yeah.
Peace out, y'all.
Peace.